All right, welcome everybody. An exciting night here on the Raging Rolls as we are back in action. It feels like it's been a long time since we've gotten into a main campaign. Waterdeep behind us, and tonight a whole new campaign, a whole new adventure with 8 new characters to enjoy. We are going to be having hopefully a really good time very soon as we jump into the introductions. But before we get to that, a word from our sponsors. We wanted to just thank a few people and make a few announcements. First of all, as always, thank you everybody for the huge support and being here tonight at the launch of Campaign 2, the Call of the Seven Rings. Secondarily, a big thank you to, what have we got here? Foundry. So, as many of you know, we've been using Roll20 up until very recently, until Foundry was very kind to allow us to use their platform to run our game on going forward. So tonight is going to be the first time we really get stuck into using it for Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of cool prep, a lot of cool stuff, and I think we're all pretty excited to see how that goes. So bear with us as we learn a new system, but hopefully it's just going to result in a lot cooler combat and other stuff as a result. The other one is, as of today, we have officially reached 200 followers on Twitch, which very, very exciting. So again, on behalf of everybody here, thank you so much. We're on our way to our 250 follower giveaway, which, as we were discussing today, is going to be a copy, either physical or digital, depending on your preference, of the new setting guide that's coming based in Ravenloft. So that is something to look forward to, and something that's going to be very exciting. Did I miss something? I think I did. Artists, yes, thank you. So you'll notice that across the board, we've all got a bit of an upgraded character art. For the most part, that is because of some amazing work by a lot of the different people we have on screen. It is Van Richten's guide, Inflatable Cat. But yes, we're going to be very quickly showcasing some of that new character art that has been done so beautifully by all the artists, which we have referenced in our game so far. You'll see them flash across in the sort of screen when we don't have a map on. And please, they've all been really awesome to work with. We have paid for all of our art for the most part, but we still think that they were really good to work with. So we'd like to give them the recognition they deserve. And with that, I think that's about it from our announcements. Anything else from the team?
I just wanted to throw one thing out there. Obviously, you can see we've got a completely revamped stream layout. I've been trying to get this as good as I possibly can, but please let me know if something isn't quite right, or just give us some feedback on it. It's me. Over
yes,
and just yes.
and to that point, thank you so much, Jeremy, for all the hard work in getting this all started. It looks awesome, and I think it's perfect to start fresh with all this gorgeous art ready to go.
I think it's also
it's
also worth touching on. It's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh yes!
Yoo-hoo!
Well, no, like our stream anniversary.
Stream anniversary.
Oh my god.
Can I also throw out
sorry,
there
just had to quickly switch.
That it is now possible to influence our game in new ways. Robin, did you want to chat through the different options available there?
Yes, absolutely. So the one thing that I really loved in our last game that we had was that we found that every time that the chat was able to sort of put their feelings into the game and to change the way the rolls landed and give that advantage when it became important, it really added to I guess like the fact that we're all playing this game together, not just the players on the stage, as it were, but also the people in the chat. So it was really fun, and we really wanted to continue that going forward. And so what we've done is throughout the different ways that you can use your rage points to sort of influence the game, we've now got several different tiers that will allow you to either, do a bit of help more often with some smaller D4 blessings, all the way up to a D20 blessing if you wanted to really make a big impact. And Inflatable Cat, with a name like yours, you know that inflation is a core part of the economy.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
It was just inevitable that we do get some inflation eventually. So it's just part and parcel. But hopefully it'll mean that if it matters and it's a really important moment, you can really put those points to good use and to make a massive impact to the players.
And there is another way to be able to influence the game as well. We've set up a different way to support Raging Rolls at support.ragingrolls.com, where you can actually create an NPC, you can create an item, or even do something really cool like create a cocktail. So head over to support.ragingrolls.com, look at all the different cool options available. It's also, from there you can join our exclusive mailing list where you'll receive, after each session, like a journal entry from one of the characters, their perspective in character from the events of that session. Let's check it out.
Absolutely. And for that point, we're also, I'm keen for, at least for the short time going forward, I know there's a few people that support us on Twitch directly. And for those people, I'm very keen to get you guys involved. And hopefully we'll see some of those characters that are inspiration for some of our viewer favorites coming into life in this session. And I think the players have no idea, but
Yeah.
we're definitely keen. So, thank you, everybody, and we shall jump into things. All right. Anything else from the team before we jump in? Oh, I love that.
I'm so excited.
Finally, after months of preparation,
Yeah, Robert will know.
to have a little bit of a look at how what each of our players tonight have brought to the table, what the characters are like. So I've got them all to think about a little bit of a persona and a situation in the last 5 years that really encapsulates what they're doing and what their character is like. But before that, I really wanted to just spend a little bit of time building the world to give our listeners and the players here a chance to kind of get into the setting. So our story starts 5 years ago in a place that was very similar to our own medieval world, minus the fact that there were obviously some races like orcs and elves and dwarves. Most people were very used to living in a world that didn't have any magic. Magic was a fairy tale, much like we have in our world today. And everybody was used to working hard for their work, and knights had to fight with sword and shield, and injuries were healed with bandages, much like we have today. But 5 years ago, in the land of Trankarsia, all of that changed during the crystal occurrence. Now, a name like that doesn't convey all of the disaster that was caused by that night. Most people went to sleep in cities that were starting to grow and technology that was starting to be developed to the point where they felt like there was real hope and optimism. And just like that, overnight, tremendous earthquakes were felt across every part of the land. Whole cities, capitals of their nations, crumbled to dust, and yet still other places ruptured open as spikes of purple crystal started to arise out of the earth. The crystal just kept rising and rising And in some cases, now when the dust had settled, you would look out and you'd see giant crystal outcroppings on the horizon spread out across the land, and many yet further still beyond your vision. And it is in this land that, even though all of that devastation was caused and so much life was lost, a day that is now remembered by many and is sacred, this day brought with it more than just sorrow. It brought with it opportunity. And as the wreckage was starting to get settled and the world was trying to repair itself, people started to realize that they could do things that they weren't able to do before the crystal occurrence. People found that they could float things with their mind, and farmers realized that with a bit of effort, they could somehow affect the plants they had to grow more efficiently. They were able to bring a whole crop to harvest within a few days, not a few months. And just like that, people across the entire land were starting to come to terms with the fact that although this was a disaster, the future was far from settled, and there was a new rush to understand what all of this magic meant for them as society. Now, each of our players began their journey about 5 years ago after the crystal occurrence. So, for the most part, they've all had lives in a world that was mundane and was filled with the daily chores of a person unable to wield magic. And now, in the last 5 years prior to our session kicking off, they've all spent a lot of time learning their craft and to use these new magics that have come about. And as such, they're all going to be starting from level 3 today to sort of capture that. And so, as a result, we're going to quickly have a bit of a flashback to each of the characters to see what they might have been up to in these last 5 years, and to give you a bit of a taste of what their characters are prior to us jumping into the story. So I'm going to jump up into the way that I see it here on my screen, and I'm going to start with Malchus. Can you introduce yourself as a player as well as your character?
Hello, everybody. My name's Carlos. It's my first campaign with this group. I'm very excited to play with everybody here. Looking forward to it. I'm playing Malchus. He is a drow half-elf and is a multi-class sorcerer and warlock.
Ooh.
So I'll ask you this. How did you begin to adventure out into the world? What was your key moment that made you decide to leave your comfort of your home?
Well, there were two main key moments. So the first one was that I was born into a noble family. And so this noble family had a secret cult, a cult of Eris, this very evil god. Anyways, on one night, 4 years after the crystal occurrence, they had a ceremony for me and my brother. Anyways, we ended up getting drugged and then kidnapped by our own parents, who were the leaders of this cult. And then in the meantime, while they were trying to eat me and my brother alive, my natural sorcerer powers came out and allowed me to escape. And then as I was wandering around in the wilderness on the verge of dying, I found Varasi, which is some otherworldly being who, in this plane of existence, takes the form of a sword. Anyways, she ended up saving my life. And then she basically trained me up for the next year and gave me knowledge, gave me power. And then since then, I've been traveling the world, doing her bidding and trying to find a group of adventurers so that I can improve my own skills along with them.
Awesome. We have a question from the chat. Who is your patron?
Who is my patron? Yes. So that is Varasi, an otherworldly being. Malchus doesn't know exactly who she is. He just knows that she doesn't come from this plane, isn't native, and Yes, we'll find out together.
One of the things about the setting is that prior to the crystal occurrence, there was no influence from any entities out in the world. Who's starting their washing machine? Who's got the background?
I thought it was Jeremy.
Yeah, the blender of doom.
The classic.
It's got the NutriBullet, mate,
Right
going in the
with
background.
me.
Oh my god, it won't be a second. It is a NutriBullet. Just give it 30
Okay,
seconds.
Okay, you mute yourself until that's done. Next up, we have Ahimsa. So, I'll start off by getting you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, I'm Ahimsa. So I've been kind of with them since the beginning in that horrible little shop, which was really hot. It was, and yes, I've gone through a couple of characters. You probably remember Soraya. Her mum's a dragon. So I will be playing. Asteria. She is a moon elf or high elf, if you want to be specific. She is a Circle of Stars druid. Yeah.
And so your character, I wanted to set a scene of a forest city, a city that was built inside of the trees. Even without magic, the elves of Harcourt were able to make a home for themselves in a place that was inhospitable for most others. And they keep it protected by the vast fortress of trees that would make most people lose their way, but not the elves, who have for centuries been home to these forests. And it was on the night that the earth started to shake that you started to have a adverse reaction to the crystal occurrence. What happened to you on that night?
So basically what happened was, oh wait, I wrote this down so it'll sound a lot better. Give me a sec. Don't touch me. Oh no, did I sign out? I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. You could just say it. We can roleplay it. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, you want me to roleplay or
Use your imagination.
have imagination? So basically what happened was when the crystal occurrence happened, she basically kind of rose up and her body sort of lit up and she was kind of floating in the air. And
Interesting.
sort of like the constellations, like thousands of different constellations, kind of like if you were looking at her, it will be like you were traveling through the galaxy as everything, different parts of it lit up. And that's kind of what happened. And so because of this, her parents kind of assumed she'd be like super smart in terms of magic and she'll have this huge affinity to it. So Harcourt is part of Dramesh. Dramesh is all about education, right? So her parents are part of the Council of Dramesh, right, Robin? Yeah.
Yes.
And the court. The court is like the head and where all the colleges are, right? So because because they thought she had an obvious affinity, with all the glowing. So they sent her to the court to like kind of grow, to learn more about magic, kind of develop it. But
into the capital city of Voimont, where the colleges are.
Voimont. Thank you. Yeah. So, but the thing was, she's not really book smart. She has a lot of common sense, but that's about it. And it was really hard for her because like she was kind of isolated in Harcourt and it's all about elves and they kind of low-key have a superiority complex.
Low key is the way to say it.
It's just sad, they're not that bad. No, so it's about learning how to not be a racist person, like her parents aren't, so like she's got that going for her at least.
And what's driving you to our starting location tonight?
Yeah, so during her final year of study, she kept getting these dreams, and slowly it would keep just increasing, and she would just get dreams of Avonroth, and she would see herself floating above the city with an ornate staff, and so she no matter how much she tried to ignore it, she kept getting it. So that's where she's going. She kind of gave up on her final studies and kind of started heading off to figure out why is this happening, or why is she being guided here.
Awesome. So,
Thanks, guys.
Next up.
Sorry about all that.
no, you're good.
All right. Really
Flint Jones Wolf.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So, who are you as a human, and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Nick. I am playing Flint Jones Wolf. I am playing a human gunslinger archaeologist.
So
I
jumping.
sort of...
Sorry, I want to
That's
quickly
right.
move through these. As you are adventuring, trying to discover some archaeological hidden artifacts, you're traveling from one place to another. As you hear a as a bird from high above begins to dive down towards you. You see, as you look up, the danger that's approaching you. A eagle, doubly the size of what you'd expect from a normal bird, with talons glistening with crystal, a beak made of sharp crystal, as if the magic of the crystals have infused onto this creature as it starts to hunt you. What do you do?
Holy mother of God, I will dive to the closest bush I can find to get the hell out of there.
As you dive down, you quickly make for the bush, but this creature is still coming towards you. What weapon do you have at your side?
I pull out my long rifle.
A rifle powered by arcana and the magics of the world, and engineered to use the power of the crystals to shoot and to maim foes. You draw this gun, and with a loud doof, as the glow of the crystal exudes a bolt of energy that fires out towards this creature. The creature dips to the side, and you go to reload the gun, and as you go to fire, you hear click, and the gun jams. And that is our friend Flint Jones Wolf. How you made it out of that situation will be a mystery for another day.
TM draws first blood.
As it should be. Raffaele DeRoxo, Rafe. Who are you and what are you playing?
My name is Mark. I am playing Raffaele DeRoxo, or just Rafe for short, who is a Tabaxi Rune Knight, or a dexterity fighter. So Tabaxis are not from this world. I think we'll explore that in a little bit more depth later. But at the moment, Rafe has he's acquired some armor, he's acquired a weapon, and he is exploring what this world has to offer him.
Beautiful, and yes, indeed, we will look into a bit more of a Rafe in a moment. All right, Jeremy, what have you got?
Hey everyone, Jeremy here. I'll be playing for this campaign Hector Hargraves, a rock gnome alchemist artificer from a different continent than we are looking at in this campaign, but he's made his way here on a quest to complete his master's work.
Beautiful, and hopefully we will see that resolved in the campaign to come. And Dan, who are you playing this evening?
I'm Daniel. I've been with Raging Rolls forever. Today I'll be playing Finry Flattop, Halfling Arcane Trickster Rogue. I come from the city of Krago. I like some shiny things, not all shiny things. I'm in search of something important to me, and I met Hector about 3 months ago when I was caught stealing something from his shop.
Oh. fast friends, I'm sure.
And the answer to your question, Mr. Finry Flattop, I think Finry's been mucking with your camera.
Finry has, yes.
That Finry.
That damn Finry. What a trickster. Dave.
Hey team, so I will be playing Harmon Rab in the campaign 2. Now, Harm, as he's affectionately known, well, he started out as just a generic cleric. He was serving in a temple. It was grave domain, and they were just helping people pass over. So people dying was a sacred thing. When the crystals came, though, turned out that more than just help people pass over, Harm was actually he was taking their life, and he was all of a sudden called by Anubis, one of the gods and deities of death and murder. And Anubis kind of took him in and saw that he'd been woven into Anubis's plan. So Raham has become like this tool of Anubis that he uses, and Anubis whispers names to him. And so in the beginning, Harm wasn't ready for this. He was not a murderer. He had just discovered that the crystals had given him this power that had awoken in him. And so what Anubis wanted, though, was a really sharpened axe. He wanted him to be an absolutely deadly weapon. So he sent him to one of his more established temples, and that's where we meet him. He's been spending the last few years becoming a world-class murderer. But he's not evil. He's just obedient. He just does what he does. Because, let's be honest, when the god of murder tells you to murder someone, when the god of murder tells you to murder someone, you do it. You do it.
And I'm sure that's not going to be problematic at all as we continue through the sessions.
Not at all.
And
not at all. Occasionally you'll see Harm will be kind of talking to himself in the side, just hearing whispers and trying to make sense of what's happening, whether he's meant to talk to somebody or stop somebody from talking, all these sort of things. He's got to try and make sense of what the whispers are saying to him. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play.
When your boss sets you some KPIs, you go follow it.
Yeah, you set your KPIs, especially if your life is involved. It's a bonus. Yeah. So Harm is a death domain cleric. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play.
Awesome. Speaking of death domain clerics, Rod.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Rod, again one of the other Raging Rolls that's been here since inception. So I'm going to be playing Rayakorn. Rayakorn is a cleric, particularly a death cleric, who has been part of a family of clerics that were purely sent just to even out good and evil. Protect the good, kill those that are bad, but make sure those that were truly evil were evil, and those that were good for the right intentions. So he's been used to getting the nicer things in life, to gain power, to gain influence, but post-crystals, he's started to notice that his skin is changing colour. And this has led to a level of fear in him, so he's been burning his skin, tattooing it, to try and keep it as it was. But it's also led to a high level of anxiety and stress, which has caused him to increasingly anger, so high highs, low lows. And he's found that when he starts to attack or someone angers him, the thought of his weapon appearing in his hand, it just happens. There's a small mist around his hand and suddenly it's there. So he believes it's just his greater power and that maybe these crystals are just a big conspiracy.
Are you an anti-vaxxer or anti-crystal?
We always have a problem of hitting too close to home.
I know, I'm going to answer you anyway.
All right, thank you, everybody. With that, we have ourselves our introduction. We have all of our players ready to have some fun. So we're going to jump straight in, and we'll have ourselves our first little scene, which we start in the tavern of today's setting. So to set the scene for everybody, you will hear the crackle of a fire, and if you listen closely, it's two fires as this entire tavern is filled with this heat and light from two beautiful hearths on the eastern and southern walls of this inn. You have all found yourselves in Avonrath, a city that is home to the dwarves that have ventured out of their mountain homes into society. This is where the governing body of the state that you're in sits. And it is the place that most of you have found your way to as a result of trying to find meaning and purpose and the answer to the questions that a lot of you are trying to tackle tonight. You see that there are a bunch of people around the room, and the tables are filled with rabble as you approach, and it's not uncommon to see a few adventurers out in the taverns this way. Nandar as a place is known for its mining. As a state, its main export after the crystal occurrence has become the crystals themselves. After metal and such were deemed less valuable and crystals became the new craze, they adapted and quickly began to harvest crystals. Now, the other thing that we have is that as a result of those crystals, as we saw in some of those backstories, the animals and creatures had become far more hostile towards things. They became territorial of the crystals themselves, some even going as far as adapting and actually evolving to include some of the magics that have been found. As a result, adventuring parties were hired to protect the mining troops that would go out, making a market for adventurers more and more profitable, but also more and more dangerous. Avonrath is the key place to come and find work and to find adventure as you begin your place here. Now, you've all found yourselves inside the tavern called the Chili Weasel Canteen. And as a result of that, you've all sort of gotten a bit comfortable around the room of the Chili Weasel Canteen. And over the course of the night, you've all got to meet your bartender and proprietor of the Chili Weasel Canteen. His name is Philly George. And Philly George walks around the room, making sure that everybody is having a lovely time. As he walks over to first of all Flint sitting in the corner, you can all hear the murmur of their conversation, but not really make out what they're saying. As he turns to you, Flint, and he says, "Good evening. How are you enjoying your stay here at the Chili Weasel?"
Okay, Philly. Yeah, not too bad actually. Can I grab another round?
Can I stop you up? Yeah, I was just gonna say it's probably a good time for it. And he pulls. He quickly takes your glass and fills it up for you at the bar, and then walks over. What are you doing out here in Avonrath? Usually, I don't see adventurers like yourself sitting all alone. Usually, you're with a group ready to go out with the mining troops. Why are you here? Not sort of surrounded by people. Not looking to make a quick buck, then, are you?
Well, no, actually, I'm sort of after a few more adventurers to come help search some ruins nearby. The ruins of Galnesh. Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah, I've heard of Galnesh. What are you doing in that old broken down place?
Oh, nothing. And I just shut my book that I have.
You keep your secrets then. I'm not interested in that. As long as you got coin, I got beer. As far as adventurers, I mean, I'm willing to have a little ask around for you. Is there any sort of sales pitch that I could use to send some people your way?
I guess you could just say I'll pay coin. I just toss him a gold coin.
That's good enough for most people here, I can tell you that much. All right, well, you give me a yell if you need anything, and I'll be right back. And I'll go and chat to some of these other groups and see if I can't wrangle you up some adventurers to help you on your journey.
Well, thank you, Philly.
And he heads off and he whistles a tune that he often does while he's bustling tables. And he first goes all the way over here to Asteria. Would you like to repronounce it? Or is that how we pronounce it? Asteria. Oh, good evening, lass. You enjoying the fire here tonight?
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
You're looking to get out of the cold? You're looking to maybe earn some money while you're out here?
Yes, I suppose I will need that, won't I? I had to come here and kind of left everything, so I guess that would help me, right? The money?
I mean, I'd say that money is pretty good.
Would that be helpful?
I mean, the very fact that you don't know that money's helpful. I don't know if this is going to be the right gig for you, but the bloke over there with the big gun, if he seems to be good with money, and he glistens and pulls out the gold coin. He says, if you need it, he's willing to give some to you for a job.
A job. Right. So that's
Go talk to him. I think you've got a lot to actually figure out by the sounds of things. Let me know if you need a drink.
Okay.
And he sort of whistles away as he cleans up some of the dishes that you have left in front of the fire. And as he does so, eventually coming out with a heap of steaming food. You smell roast pork wafting through this tavern as he opens the door to his sort of cooking room at the back. And in front of you is a bowl filled to the brim with a rich, what looks like pork broth. Within floating in it is carrot and celery and onion and big thick cut pieces of pork that has been laden into the plates for all three of you here today. He says, well, here's the meals you ordered, chaps. Anything else I can get for you?
Billy, you have outdone yourself this time.
Oh, thank you. You know that you're always welcome here. You've been one of my favorite customers of late. You keep bringing me those potions, and I'll keep serving you the best food I've got.
I'll see to it.
And what are the rest of you? You guys enjoying your stay here at the Chili Weasel?
I am actually. Thank you, Philly George. Mr. George, Mr. Philly, would it be possible to get maybe some round of drinks, some ale, perhaps, guys, gentlemen? What do you think?
I'll have a cider of some kind. Be great.
Oh, sounds lovely. And he says, well, I'd be not doing my job if I didn't offer you guys the opportunity every once in a while if I saw it come my way. I know that you're looking for some information, Hector, and obviously coin is always good. When you can make some money getting some work, not having a venture into the mines, it's usually a good thing. And he points over to the man sitting with the gun, now talking to the blue elf. That bloke over there he's apparently got a job willing to pay coin for a group of adventurers that are willing to help him out.
Hector, don't we know him, Hector? I'm sure we've met him.
Yes.
He's been in your store.
He has. He's been through my store a couple of times. We should go and say hello.
You probably know him better than I. Make sure to tell him that I sent you. And he says, I'll send my helper out to your table with your drinks. And he sort of continues to whistle off towards the couches here. How are we going this evening, gentlemen?
Good, sir. How may we be of assistance to you?
Oh, I've just got to make sure that all my patrons are well nourished, well drunk, and erring on the side of tipsy. So, just making sure that that's there. Can I get you another refill of the milk there, Rafe?
As long as it's fermented, sure. Fermented goat's milk.
I have left the batch outside of the sun just for you.
Billy, if there's one thing I've ever heard that is disgusting, it's about a tabaxi cat drinking fermented warm goat's milk. How can we have this in here? This is meant to be a place of calm and relaxation. I can feel my stomach in my throat, the thought of it.
God forsaken, I would hope one of you would get this message in your ear. Take out that goat drinking feline.
Well,
what is
rate,
it,
lads?
What did you say the cat's name is? What's the cat's name?
Would you like to introduce yourself, Rafe?
How about this? Go fuck yourselves, fellas. I've got my milk.
You know what I think, Reagan? His name does sound awfully familiar. Awfully familiar.
Awfully familiar, it does.
I'll pick up the next round for these fellas. And I overheard. So look, Rafe's kind of
eavesdropping with those big ears of yours.
Yeah. Even though Rafe sort of draped himself over the couch a little bit, he's had a little bit to drink already. Sitting by the fire,
he's fermented goat's milk to get fucked up.
Yeah, he's in a happy place. But even if he's not paying attention to the room visibly, he's scoped all the exits and he's listening in on conversations. The ears are sort of twitching a bit. So, I overheard you say that there's some bloke with a job. I'm running low on coin. I could do with a little bit of income.
Well, I'd wager you're the perfect candidate for it then. He's over there, and I've lost my bow again.
Yeah, mate. I got you, bro.
Channel my
I got you.
BB drinking. All right. Yes, thank you very much. Now that bloke right over there, the one with the big gun, he's potentially claimed that there's an easy job that he's willing to pay big coin for that doesn't involve going into the mines. So if you're willing to make some money, he looks like a good shot. He gave me some good coin, and I'll have your drink sent over that way if that's all right.
Yeah, I'll wander over and collect it from there, and I'll pick up my existing half-finished one, extra warm from the fire. Sort of saunter on over.
So as you guys are all slowly approaching the table that Flint is sitting at, you hear Philly make a whistle that's a bit different to his typical sort of whistle that he does to just sort of bust tables. And you see, with the door open, both of the doors into sort of the back room, a small creature begins to wander out, balancing what looks to be a tray of drinks upon it. So these creatures start to wander out into the room, sort of wobbling one way, wobbling the other, as they begin to sort of dodge chairs and head to the table. You all pick up that these drinks are for you. And a few of you that have drunk here before know that this is the bartender Philly George's familiar, who is actually the assistant bartender, who now brings you your drinks on their back. Do you all take your drinks?
Certainly.
Yes. Oh, what is it?
As you guys all pick up your drinks, the tray disappears. And the two creatures merge back into a single one. And you see that for some reason, the bartender has chosen his familiar as a small feline creature. A feline creature that is modeled after what looks to be a balloon animal. And an inflatable cat has brought you your drinks this evening.
Did not see that coming.
No. Screech behind the ears.
As you scratch, that the rubbery sound of the balloon goes, but it's also met with like a bit of a purr. So it's this funny sound of scratch with the creak creak and the as you pet the cat that has another whistle from Philly George as they lead themselves back into the kitchen in the little kitty cat flap. That allows them to help.
Rafe watches it go and is just staring in absolute disdain.
That the feline race can be looked down upon this way.
Turn towards his half drow friend sitting next to him. I'm sorry, I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Finry Flattop. How are you?
Oh, hi, Fenry. I'm Malchus. Nice to meet you.
Malchus, is that with one M or two?
One.
One.
Yeah,
Hey there, Malchus. Hector here. Great to meet you. Always like to see new faces around here. What brings you around these parts?
Well, long story short, I need to find a group of adventurers.
Well, for whatever for.
Oh, well, you know, you can get stronger yourself if you're in a strong group of people, if you surround yourself with the right people.
Rafe starts leaning back in his chair, just trying to catch the conversation, and tips the chair.
With a loud crash, the rest of the tavern stops and looks over as the three of you sitting around the table talking to Flint. You all have these eyes upon you. Conversation interrupted. It provides a perfect opportunity to introduce yourselves to the man with the money. As the
rush
tale
over,
goes.
and I'll be like, "Kitty, are you okay?"
Oh my god, Kitty! Can I pet you? Hi, you're really no, you're not little, you're big. Can I pet you? Is that okay? Oh, you're so soft. You look so soft.
I say, don't harass the bartender.
Maybe help the man up
Let
instead.
him have his piece.
I'll offer my hands. I'll offer my hands a bit to help him up.
I'm
I'll
good.
put my hand out because I look like I'm helping, but I actually really just want to pat him.
But what you've actually noticed is even though Rafe fell backwards off of their chair, they still managed to end up on their sort of four legs. So it doesn't actually need much help. It just turns out that they were a bit of a stumble.
Hector calls out to Philly. He's like, "Philly, is this a new one of yours? This is a bit different than the others."
Not one of mine.
I just look over it.
You go, Dave.
I just look over. I was just gonna say, I look over at Ray. We're kind of off on the side still, and I'm just like, "Mate, did you see that cat? It just falling all over the place, and then the purple one's all over it, just trying to pat it, all very handy. Wonder if the cat's even got a purse. You want to follow me over? We'll go and see if the purple thing's stolen the cat's pockets and emptied them out. What do you reckon? Go and have a look.
I believe it's time to make sure good and evil are equal.
In the meantime,
their names are. Got a little notebook.
In the meantime, because Rafe's a little bit tipsy and not holding back at this stage, going, did I hear you? Have you got a job? And have you got a job?
I do have a job. Something not too far out of town, actually.
Is that you, Flint?
Now,
Fenry?
And you know each other?
Yeah.
Well, more of
a
an
little.
acquaintance. I wouldn't say know each other.
We're the best of friends.
Sure.
As I like gently use my invisible mage hand to just tickle his ear on like the opposite side that I'm off from him.
Do you mind?
It's invisible. You don't know it's me.
Rafe,
As you're like
No, but
waving
someone-
your hands, like control the.
Yeah.
Can you do that without like in the stealth? The mage hand?
I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure.
You're
It's invisible.
Arcane trickster?
Arcane Trickster.
Yeah.
I can
Awesome. Yeah.
I can do
For
dope
sure.
shit with my mage hands.
You have no idea. Your hair is just being fiddled with. It's great.
Now,
trying to fix it.
Rafe very loudly sort of kicks his feet up onto the table, misses the table with one of the feet, again, and just sort of lies back. Tell us about this job, Mr.
Well, have any of you heard of the nearby ruins of Ganesh?
There's ruins.
Galnesh?
Yes.
Yes,
well,
I've heard of them, but I've never gone
In my
that far.
book that I've been reading, it talks about the 7 rings and a folk tale lore about some heroes, and I believe it's pointing me in the direction of the ruins, but I don't obviously want to venture there myself, so I'm after some other party members to come join me.
Are you paying?
Of course.
How
I won't
much?
be able to pay much because obviously I'm not loaded with money, but I could say about 10 coin each if that's okay with each of you.
Yeah, and I keep any treasure that we find. I'm cool with this. Yeah, shake on
That
it.
is fine by me. I don't need treasure.
And
I'm more of a historian.
What,
And good,
what purpose do you need from a group of adventurers? What's the charge you give them?
Well, if any of you had journeyed here, you'd know the journey here would have been very tough in the wilderness. It's very dangerous.
Protection, then.
Yeah, more of a protection, and I know the joy of company as well.
And what are we
right.
walking into? What does your book say?
I'm still translating it. It's very hard to translate because I believe this language might be dead.
I'll have a look at it for you. Pass it here. I'll have a read
So
of
you
it.
expect
very
us?
protective of it. Here, I'll let you read my notes instead, which is also in the same language.
Okay, cool. Okay, I start reading these notes very intently. What do I glean?
Do you have the comprehend languages?
I do not.
So you notice that this is a funny language. You've learnt thieves' cant and all sorts of funny languages, but this one just looks like it's a bunch of swirling clouds and symbols of a radiant sun in different locations, almost as if somebody's just drawing little sparkling stars and swirls across a page.
Ah, I see. Ah, yes. I think we're on the right track, Flint. And I hand him his notes back.
Yes.
Robin, can I
Yeah.
do a thing? Do I get a sense that I should go with them, or I don't know what kind of check I should do, but do I get a feeling I should follow?
As you have determined that this is the place that you needed to be based on the guide that has been pushing you along, this seems to be, as far as you could tell, the only thing of interest happening in this entire place. If this was not the thing that was guiding you here, then your guide is bad.
It'd be a short-ass
Sorry,
campaign for you.
Okay, haha. Hi, sorry, was that Flick? Are those stars on that page?
Yes, there are some.
Can I have a closer look at it, if that's all right, please?
There's also clouds. Do you see
certainly.
the clouds?
Clouds? Oh,
I'd pass the notebook over.
I'm more interested. Would I be able to understand it?
What
Should I do a
are
check?
your languages?
Celestial, Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Gnomish.
So one of the things that you got as a result of the constellations on your body is, from that day forward, you seem to be able to hear this voice in your head sometimes. But that voice in the beginning started out sounding a little bit foreign, but you quickly became acclimatized to it, and it's as if you are reading the same type of things that creature was saying. Almost like this is the same language. This is probably celestial.
Oh my goodness, you guys! I can read this. I think I can translate it.
And
You can.
on the notes it says there is probably a connection to the Seven Circles in the ruins of Galnesh.
Okay, just bear with me. I think it says there is probably a connection to the Circle of Seven Rings at the ruins of Galnesh.
Gadoosh works. That's fine.
Galnesh.
Skadoosh.
Oh,
I'll
well,
raise my hand. What are the
It's an
seven
old
rings?
translation.
sorry, yeah, what was that, Marcus? Sorry?
The Seven Rings.
There is a
Well, I'm still sort of learning about it. This is why I need to chase it, because there's not much of information. I've searched all other libraries, and I've found nothing. So it's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Disappointing.
Yes, that's the one. Very, very disappointing.
Cheers.
Frustrating as well.
So as you guys all continue to chat the night away, all looking at a chance for adventure, to hopefully get some free money and potentially even figure out a little bit of this mystery. You guys spend the night catching up and giving each other a rundown of who you are and getting a bit familiar over a few more inflatable cat brought over drinks. With that, we will call for our break for this session.
Oh my god, already.
Right. Hey, I'm cool with that. I need to fix my camera.
So 10 minutes, team, back at 9:35.
minutes.
9:35. We'll see you all then.
Back
See you
shortly.
See you all then.
And we are back as the party begins to assemble and finds themselves in this warm tavern and have had a few drinks at the Chili Weasel Canteen. After a heavy night of bonding and preparation for the job that lay ahead for them, they all awaken with a variety of different levels of headaches. Some of them having a bit of an upset stomach, having accidentally tried the fermented goat's milk the previous
Liquid
evening.
light.
Not able to handle the strength of some of these brews. You all find yourselves slowly waking up and meeting downstairs as discussed at the height of the evening's festivities. How you all feeling?
Tip top.
I need a breakfast.
Well, it's good that you
Tried
guys.
that fermented goat's milk though.
I
I'm
warned
gonna
you.
Liquid ass.
I have warned you. Anyway, I've got some good Aussie breakfast here. I mean, Trankarsian breakfast. I've got 2 fried eggs, some sausages, nice sliced tomato, and maybe even a little bit of oregano on top for those fancy folk around here. Can I?
Any spicy stuff?
I mean, I could chop up a chili for you if that's what you're interested in.
That'd be great. Thank
Right, just on the eggs.
you. Yes, please.
All right, coming right up. Anybody else? Anybody
Yep,
not want
yep.
my beautiful breakfast?
No,
Oh,
Philly,
I'll
Philly, I'm all
definitely
good for you. I'll definitely have one of your
That sounds
your
delicious.
special
I'll eat it
breakfasts.
too. I'll have
Right,
some.
fantastic. And he whips up some stuff in the kitchen, and eventually him and the inflatable cat come out carrying the dishes to your table, and they are steaming and they smell delightful. You all have your breakfast, and as you discussed with all of them, Flint, the adventure requires you all to head to Galnesh. How have you decided to travel?
With health potions.
Have I worked out how far it is?
It's probably going to be an overnight trip at least. You are quite a bit away. It took you about 2 days to get from Avolo, the capital of Nandar, to Avonrath down south. And it's about equidistant from where you are now. A bit shorter than that whole trip, but it's over more treacherous terrain than the highway that was sort of in place for your original journey.
Yes, but if you take the 317 all the way through to Oso and then swap there, you can do it a lot faster.
I will let you roll for your survival check to see if you make it through that particular tumble and turn.
I'll probably well, the rest of the party, which way would you like to travel? I think we'd be best on foot, as it's a bit more quieter and doesn't cause too much attention to us. But how do you guys feel?
Yeah, I don't really mind. I good short legs, but I can keep up with the best of them.
They're strong.
They're strong, small but strong.
I also have tiny little legs, but I will do my best to keep up. We may not have enough coin with us to get some horses.
Oh, probably
Yeah.
not. I don't know, unless any of these fearsome-looking fellows have more coin.
I know I certainly
Well,
haven't got enough coin.
I definitely don't have enough anymore since I'm about to pay you guys, and there's quite a few of you.
I didn't realize I needed some when I came here, so
How much does that
I don't think
cost?
that's helpful, is it? I'm sorry. That's not
A
helpful.
horse is gonna go for like a couple of probably gold pieces to get one. As you need a couple, you're probably renting them for a couple of days plus the feed and the tack and all the rest of it. It's a luxury.
Who looks the sickest this morning?
Not me.
Who tried some of that fermented goat milk?
I did.
You did? I
Yeah,
slapped
definitely
Finry.
wouldn't have.
I slap Finry on the back and I go, the walk will do you good.
Yeah. That's why I had the chili. I find it really helps with the hangovers.
All right, so you all prepare to make your travel outside of Avonrath to the ruins of Galnesh. The excitement of the journey ahead, the potential for prizes and for a payday that hopefully will be as simple as finding some lost treasure and coming back a wealthier group. You gather your things in the tavern, and as you guys are all preparing, Philly George says to you all, well, if you need it, I'm happy to keep some of your stuff here. It's no bother. I can keep it safe for you until you return. Otherwise, feel free to take it with you. It's just making sure that you guys are always welcome here at the Weasel.
Thank you, Mr. George.
Lovely.
You're always lovely.
Oh, you guys.
You're my favorite
well,
NPC.
Billy.
And I walk out the door.
Well, in that case, here's my bag full of books. I can't carry that. It's too heavy.
All right. And he easily picks it up with his muscular form. This guy must be doing some weights with like entire pigs back there because he is swole.
I
believe that.
I pull out a light crossbow and hand it over to him and say, "You keep that, because I didn't mean for it to stay on my character sheet."
Well, that's always convenient. I will happily hold on to it. It'll cover the room cost that you haven't covered yet. So I'll hold on to that one until you pay me for it. How's that sound?
Sounds excellent.
Beautiful. Well, all right.
Well,
best of luck to you all.
I'm still juggling a bunch of crossbows that apparently were sitting in the inventory. I got.
Actually, after seeing how buff Philly is, Philly, do you want to join us on this quest by any chance?
Oh no, thank you. Ever since this whole magic thing's happened, I've been having far too much fun practicing some sorcery of my own. I'll put you guys in a little secret. You guys seem like good folk. I'm making a play that's gonna put the Chili Weasel on the map.
Is it the cat?
The cat is just one piece of a much larger, much more excellent, much more spectacular experience that's going to elevate the drunkard in you to a whole nother level.
Billy, I like
When
where your
you
head's at.
say a
If
play,
you need any
you
help at all doing that, you make sure you let Hector know.
Hector's going to be stocking a few little extra tidbits that I'll be offering, but besides that, there's going to be other things besides just toxic potions from your store that are going to make things different. I'm going to keep a little bit of it secret, but you're going to see it, and it's going to be beautiful.
And Chili, make sure everything is above board. I do not want to have to come back to make you pass over somewhat.
I mean, all right. Always attempting to not be murdered. You know me.
Good sir, keep the magic in control.
Philly, two things before we head out. Number one, I'd like you to get a small cask of the fermented goat's milk. And I want you to just leave it out on the bench for like a month.
So it's, I mean, at that point, it's not a drink, right?
It's cheese. It's cheese.
We're gonna barrel age this shit. Okay?
Oh, mate. Okay. Hear me out here, right? I have just finished a barrel of whiskey that I've had for quite a number of years, and I'm thinking we fill that with the goat's milk, and we get ourselves a whiskey-infused, sort of curdled, fermented drink for you. That when you come back, it'll have notes of char, it'll have notes of maple, it'll have notes of whiskey, and obviously that beautiful fermented goat flavor.
Drop just a single anchovy into it.
Oh, now you play with
There's one
fire.
well acquainted with death. There's one well acquainted with death. I might insist maybe that you have insurance against people being poisoned at your tavern, because It does sound like this latest recipe of yours, while the rest of your usual craft creations are amazing. This sounds like the sort of thing I would feed somebody on purpose if I didn't want them to be around anymore, rather than it's a customer.
I can imagine it being like that Icelandic fermented fish thing that as soon as you crack it in, everyone's like, ooh, ooh.
The strumming. The strumming, yeah.
Now, the second thing, Mr. Philly.
Oh, yes.
If we're heading to Galnesh, have you heard anything?
Oh, I mean,
anything special up that way?
you hear a lot of things, right? I've heard tale of all sorts of creatures and things, but you've heard them as well, right? Don't go messing with anything that looks like it's got claws made of crystal. It's gonna go bad for you.
Wait, what?
Yes, let's hope we don't run into that eagle again.
Oh, you got to run in with that thing. I've heard it's the size of a small house at this point.
Oh yes, it's very big.
You're
Try running
scared of
into
a
it.
bird?
What do you mean, crystal claws?
Well, I've heard talk of adventurers coming my way. The mines used to just have, your run-of-the-mill creatures. They'd run into a goblin camp every once in a while. But these days, there's talk of... I'm not going to explain every creature on Earth to you, all right? But in these days, I'm hearing talks more of like these creatures that can burrow underground that sort of are like sharks in the water, but more like sharks on Earth. And then they come out and they've got like a fin that's made of crystal and sharp crystal-like teeth. And it seems like the Earth just moves around them. There's a lot of stuff that I reckon I would not be wanting to fight, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Awesome.
But you should be fine. That way, you're not going to be sort of approaching any crystals too close by. And by all accounts, most of the bad things are more proximity-based to the crystals at the moment. There's absolutely no chance that a party of adventurers traveling from point A to point B are gonna find anything that would perturb them in their journey.
That sounds great to
Speaking
me.
of journeys, shall we be on our way?
Let's do this.
Have a good day, all. I've got some magic to practice. And he sees you all off as you guys all begin the trek towards the ruins. And Inflatable Cat, if you have never taken pocket bacon with you whenever you were going anywhere, it's a very Australian thing to do. We just make a little parcel. It helps if you get hungry. It also makes sure that if there's a drop bear attack, you sort of fend them off by throwing the bacon. They'll go after bacon and not. It's very good.
My friend has.
It's a last minute defense, right?
Exactly. It is a bit of a self-defense thing, but it's good. And you guys begin to march off towards the ruins. As you continue to go, you begin to go ahead and make your journey, and it's not a bad one. How are you guys all traveling? Are you guys in a particular order? Are you guys spending some time and taking lots of breaks, or what's the pace you're setting?
Well, I definitely feel like I'll be in the lead since I know the way.
I'd be close to Flint, just to keep an eye out on things. Keep looking up at the sky. A little bit worried about after hearing this eagle attack.
And I be
You hear like
Henry.
the faintest caw, but like it's really far in the distance and not problematic at all.
I try and speak with the kitty. Go, hi, hello, my name's Asteria. So you're a cat? I don't understand.
Tabaxi.
Is it okay? Could you explain? Okay, so you're Tabaxi. I still don't know what that is. Could you, is that okay? No?
We're not like the little cats. We're not a blown up version of those.
Well, you're big, so I guess that. You're really tall, so I guess that.
Yeah. Have you ever been up north? There's more of it up north.
No, not really. I just stayed in my place.
That's,
yeah.
we're not terribly common. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I show off. This is
oh, feel very. I can just clap like, oh wow. That was pretty cool,
Awesome.
Mr. Tabaxi.
So as you guys are all
Wait,
making,
sorry. Can I make
yeah,
a quick
sorry.
interruption? While we're walking, or
Absolutely.
before we left, I would like to create a potion.
Ooh.
Oh.
What did you brew for this journey?
Well, it is random.
Oh wait,
Oh,
what?
cool. Welcome to the new classes.
Yeah, I'm
As
just like,
in,
where's that shit?
do you randomly roll for it now, or you
I do
randomly
randomly roll
select it when we?
No, I randomly roll for it now, and then I can figure out what it is, and either take it myself or give it to someone.
Hey Jazz, have you got the Mandalorian baby's capsule in the bottom right hand of your?
Wait,
Oh, I
what?
don't know. Maybe.
I suppose you can't see it.
Looking
Can you?
around like, what? Okay, so I'm just gonna.
No one else
Is it
sees that? Okay, just me.
just doing a rolling a die? Is this the first roll of the campaign?
It is, I think. Well done. Way to sneak that
Oh
one
my
in there.
goodness.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, it's just a cheeky little d6, and it is a 5,
Ooh.
which is
That's
giving
a good
us
one.
a flight potion. The drinker gains
Whoa.
a flying
God.
speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
that's actually pretty cool.
Very cool.
So
Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
I'm
no,
gonna
you best bud.
I'm gonna hand that to Flint and say, Flint, take this. This might help you find the way.
Yeah, what is it exactly?
It will give you some ability to fly 10 feet off the ground. You might be able to see a bit more where we're going.
Do I
And
really
that-
want to go into the air when
Yeah.
that eagle could be around anywhere? I start looking
Well,
around.
you take it when you feel is the right moment.
Okay.
Get you
okay.
closer to the
I'll
eagle.
just pocket that. And I just put it in my pocket, my side satchel.
All right. So,
Potions.
as you guys start to get pocket bacon and pocket potions, and these pockets start to expand, the journey continues. And as you guys are approaching the nightfall, you do see the beginnings of the ruins of Gelnesh on the horizon. Are you guys going to push on into it in the darkness, or would you like to camp out and
Yeah.
see it in the daylight?
I think maybe camp it out. I would
Camp
love
out,
to
yeah.
have an overview of it
Camp
before we
sounds
head down.
pretty good. I don't know about the rest of you, but I can't see so well when it's nighttime.
Neither can I.
Really?
I'm good.
Wow, a
What do
party
you
that
mean?
everybody doesn't have dark vision.
Well, I
good.
am
Wait,
human
You
and I
can't
don't
see this.
see
Can I
the dark.
wave my hand? You can't see this.
I
You
can
can't
see that.
what I'm doing?
I can
Oh.
grab the hand. I can see that hysteria. I can see that.
Oh,
You don't need to.
Hysteria.
Yeah, that's what I said. The joke continues.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
Awesome.
Oh, would you like a hand?
Oh, I can help.
Oh, well, in
I
that
was gonna
case,
help.
I'll hit the hay first.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Flint. Sorry, Henry, you were asking if you want a hand.
Yeah. Do you want a hand? I can give you a hand.
I can help too.
And I use my hand. I slap my breastplate, and I invoke Giant's Might. And
Holy.
Weird
And
flex, but okay.
swell to a large size. It's only going to last for a minute. That was a bit of a stupid idea.
I like the theatrics. Very good.
I use my mage hand just to pat the cat on the head a little
Wait,
bit.
Finry, I don't think you can pat it. I don't think that
You
was
can't
okay.
see it. There's just a feeling of pressure
Oh,
on your head
damn
like
it.
he's being patted, and he doesn't know where it's coming
He's
from.
a little ninja with that hand.
Little
Sorry,
ninja
so
hand.
Ray, is it okay if Finry and I watch with you? Or take watch? Or watch out? Yes, that's what we're doing, right?
Looming down from my now big size. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
If I stand on your shoulder, I could probably see a bit higher.
Can
what? Be bait?
Can I scoop him up with a tail and put him on my head?
Absolutely. As long as he's consenting.
I consent to this 100%, just for the character art.
I
I can see so much better
I'm
now.
gonna be I'm gonna be right back. I've got to grab something.
Can I have a turn, please? Is that okay?
Well,
I don't.
Can I also-
I don't think I can do that. With the
right.
little people. The little
Right.
people. Yeah.
Okay,
Give me a sec.
right. No.
Can it?
Oh my god.
Well, I'll let the DM make a call.
when he gets back.
Yeah.
So
Gets back.
so you said you're up from up north. What brings you down to the south? It's much warmer down here.
Adventuring.
Adventuring?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Are you adventuring something special? Sorry, Finley.
It's okay. You go, Asteria. I was just gonna keep mumbling on. What were you saying?
What are you adventuring for?
We're not from around here. I'd like to get to know Trankarsia a little bit better.
Where are you from?
Not from around here.
Well, you just said that. So
Yeah.
So
I know.
okay.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but did anyone else just hear an owl?
Wait,
I look
what?
for the owl.
No.
I look for the owl, DM. I'm gonna roll for it.
Go for it.
Mr. DM, I've been asked to try and pick Asteria up with I'm assuming a strength check with advantage, but I don't know what I'd be.
Are they? Is Asteria consenting?
Yeah.
She's
I
just-
have to do it.
She's
You
asking
guys
for it.
have. You guys have enough time. Like, I don't want to make you roll because, like, over time you'll figure out a way to make it work. So,
I just
you guys managed to get it to work.
I figured I could get a small person to get on my shoulders, but
For
not pick up a big. I could try and lift a big person. It works.
I rolled a 15 for my perception check.
Very nice. So, as you're looking out for this owl, you hear a voice next to you, also sort of facing towards the sound of the owl, and you hear the voice of a man as it says, "Hi, well then, what is it that you're looking for?"
Holy shit!
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you noticed my approach.
A little bit, but I wasn't expecting to see an older gentleman. Hi.
You see in front of you a dwarf with greyed coarse hair, with a bit of a smile and a grin on his face as he sort of genuinely seems a bit shocked at your lack of sort of being hospitable to him.
Sorry. My name's Finry. This is Rafe and Asteria. Sorry, what was your name, sir?
My pleasure. My name is Elijah Moresco.
Beg your pardon?
Elijah Moresco.
Elijah.
Elijah.
What
Elijah.
what brings you out?
I make my home amongst these ruins, and when I saw your party approach and sort of head here so confidently, I had to know who you all were and welcome you to my little home.
Cool. What vibe does this guy give off?
You want to make a little insight check?
I would very much like to make an insight check.
Wait, is it an owl we're talking to?
No,
No,
it's a dwarf.
That's a 14 for my insight check.
Henry.
Before you
Finry.
announce anything, DM, is
Yes.
number one is Finry still on my shoulders? Or will you find out? Finry, that's
Yes,
your call.
I think it's still
Yeah,
on your shoulders.
I would still be
as
up on your
far as
shoulder.
Okay. Number
And me
two,
too, right?
I
Or
will-
no, not me.
Yes, if you're up there, yeah.
No. As in,
Henry.
we've done some bench pressing of Asteria to prove that the tail can do it, but
Don't stay there.
he's already on the shoulders.
Okay.
But I'm very subtly just unhooking a longbow.
That's
Henry,
cool. He says,
Henry.
No need to be on the offensive. I'm just here to welcome you. Genuinely, I can leave if you want. I just wanted to say that I've got some food and things inside. If you'd like to accompany me, we can set up camp.
It might be poisonous.
mean,
Don't do
I
it.
can literally see you whispering. I'm just here to have a chat. You with your insight, you reveal that this guy seems genuinely just here as he says he is. He doesn't
I'm
have
still
he
not
obviously
sure.
he doesn't have the ulterior, like he doesn't have the numbers to make a big threat.
Yeah, no, well, after I said to him, well, thank you, Elijah. maybe perhaps in the morning before we head in, the party might stop in and say hi, ask best roads to take through, the safest routes, what to watch out for, sort of thing.
I will. I'd be happy to be your guest. To be your guide. I've lived in these ruins for many decades, and I'm probably the best person to give you any advice if you want to stay a while.
That sounds lovely. Well, as I said, half of some of our party members are currently resting, but definitely we'll come see you in the morning.
Well, all right. I'll be waiting for you just up ahead on the ruins then, and I wish you a pleasant evening. Again, completely sorry for the surprise. I didn't mean to startle you.
That's okay. What's this person in person? You have a wonderful evening.
And yourself as well. And he again, just with a smile, he saunters off, his long beard swaying from one side to the other, off into the distance.
The entire time, Finry had his hand behind his back, holding his light crossbow.
Finry,
Yes?
are you sure we can trust him?
Not at all.
Okay,
well,
good. I
but
was thinking the same
a bit,
thing.
maybe. But I think with half the party currently asleep, it wouldn't have been a good idea to wander off with this gentleman or invite him into the camp just in case.
I'm glad you don't
say
chase
that
them too.
as if he hadn't made his way into the camp unnoticed already.
Yeah, I know, right? I think yes. Let's be wary. Rafe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking we put triple watches on. Not just two of them.
Yeah, three.
But isn't there three of us, so it is triple?
Yeah, but for each other watch, she's talking about Asteria.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, and Finry kind of just sits back on Raf's shoulders.
Isn't it 1 minute?
For like a minute, and then just
Yeah.
We all just like end up in a shit heap on the floor.
Yeah, because I should have read that. I was thinking it'd be an awesome thing for the entire watch, but no.
Then look up in the sky. Just hands behind my head, just looking up at the stars.
So
They're really pretty.
as you're out here, it is gorgeous. The night sky is completely open, no clouds in sight. You have vision of a wide range of space. In the distance, as you observe, you see Elijah bustling around, and every once in a while you hear some movement amongst the rubble where you assume his home is. But he never again approaches your location. It gets to the point where your watch is done, and as you do so, the moon rises and is now sitting prominently in the night sky. As you call for a change in watch.
Yeah. Let the other people, whoever takes over, know about Elijah. And what he's offered. But yeah.
We met a dwarf. We can't trust him.
I think he wasn't too threatening.
You sure?
He just got the jump on us.
Yeah, you still got to be just a little bit
They're
careful
sneaky.
of people. Exactly.
But he's
They're
offering
very sneaky.
he's offering himself as a guide, and so yeah, could be
a
useful.
guide. Yeah, it could be a guide through the ruins or a guide to our death.
Yeah,
Can
see?
somebody make a perception check as you guys are having all of these arguments?
Oh, I'll do it. Because that's my thing, yo.
Go for it.
Every time someone says that, they roll pretty low.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind
Well,
of.
attributes.
Doomed now.
That's my thing, yo.
One.
It's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's actually pretty good.
You got a plus 6 to that. Not bad.
What
So
did you roll?
that's a 15.
I dumped all my other stats.
Yeah, with that 15 to your perception, you begin to hear a sound like a little trill, as if someone's just. As you hear this rumble of a sound slowly and softly sort of echo out of the ruins to your party.
Guys, do you hear that? Guys,
I think
Do
it's
you
a
hear
monster
that?
hysteria. Oh my god, from
I
behind
think
you!
so. Oh, it's oh, cute.
Yeah, things sleep out here at night time. It's fine. It's fine.
You sure?
I use the tail to just sort of sneak around and tap Asteria on the shoulder. Where?
Wait, no, I have good perception.
Yeah, you would have known that it came, but too late, as you were tricked by the cat-like elegance. If you can pat him against his will, like he can annoy you with the tail.
Can I try
yeah,
and swap
just
the
leave.
tail?
We are not playing cat silly buggers.
Yeah, lay down and go to sleep.
You guys switch
I'll
the
wake up
watch,
late.
and
I'll
as
take
you all continue,
Good night.
the sound of the snoring continues from the ruins as you switch watches, and eventually, as the sun begins to rise, you all find a completely unscathed body with no danger, and the sound of the snoring has stopped, and you can just hear the movements amongst the ruins again nearby.
Something's around. Sounds like it. Can anyone else hear that? That's movement.
Could it be Elijah?
I certainly can.
Who wants to go and check that out? I'm certainly no match for checking things out. No chance at all.
Yes, my eyes
you
aren't
like,
the
I
best.
can help.
They always
I'm
read
happy
too
to go
long.
check things out. I'm happy to
Yeah.
run ahead a little bit.
I'll
I'll
come
help
with.
too.
Yeah, while you guys do
So,
that, I'm gonna roll another potion. That's what
Can
do.
I
Keeps me
cast
busy.
guidance on myself, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
As your skin begins to glisten with a bit of that constellation magic.
I'll walk ahead a little bit. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna stealth it.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. I'll join in.
Come on, let's stealth it.
So you begin to stealth your way in. A 13 from Finry, and what did you get, Rafe?
17.
Oh, 22.
Sorry, I'm doing self rolls. My bad. There we go.
Very good. The second. What's the third one?
Who's Malky's? Oh, right. It's not. Oh,
Malkeys.
Melkies.
Okay,
So
Astria.
what's like in Afrikaans, like Melkies is like a affectionate term for milk. So
Wait,
it's like
you're
this
South African?
little Milky. Yes. Yes, I am. We've been playing together for an entire
You're just really
year.
quiet. I wasn't expecting it.
Would you say
Oh,
he's
wow.
like a fermented Milky?
Yeah.
Can we-
Did someone
can
say
we-
milk?
Oh my god, I kicked up the stream. Seriously, you're white, you can't be South African? Like apartheid? Hello?
I'm
Wait,
not
what?
delving into that.
All right, so we stealth forward.
Yes.
Hey,
As you guys stealth
Dear-
forward.
Dear
yeah.
chat, however, if anyone wants to put a milk moustache on Carlos and then add like got milk underneath it, please do.
It is the scene for me, girls. It's terrible. I have grown up with that for so long. All right. So yes, you guys are stealthing forward, and you hear the bustling slow down a little bit as a voice calls out, "Finry, is that you?"
Oh yes, yes it is. Hi, good morning.
Uh,
How are you?
Well, it's good to see you. I hope you had a good, pleasant sleep. I tried not to wake you, but I am an early riser.
That's perfectly fine. You might want to. You do snore quite loudly. You might want to get
Oh.
that checked out by someone.
Oh,
It can. Yeah,
Oh.
I know someone who had apnea. It was pretty bad. They stopped breathing sometimes.
well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Living alone means that I don't often get people that can tell me how it sounds when I sleep. So, thank you sincerely.
That's okay. And you remember Rafe, and I turn around and Rafe's gone. And
Sorry.
I thought he was with me.
What? I've only seen you approach. Are you sure?
Yeah, I thought
yeah.
he said he was coming. Oh, Asteria. Hi.
Oh.
I dropped down from a tree.
Oh, well, hello and welcome. You guys are quite the nimble bunch.
Oh, sometimes. You offered. We're here to talk to you about possibly being a guide.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure. Is this your whole group, or is there more of you? I thought
no.
you said there was many more.
Come with us. We'll take you to the rest of them. If you're
Well,
not busy at the moment, if you're not doing anything, if you don't mind.
Oh no, I'm not busy at all. This is sort of the only gig that's really up on my calendar.
I'm gonna whisper to Finray. I thought we weren't gonna trust him. I'm confused. I thought we couldn't trust him.
He's standing right in front of Asteria.
I'm genuinely really confused. I don't know what it is, but I promise I'm just trying to help.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
She's not around people a lot, and she's an elf. You're a dwarf. You know how they can be.
I mean, you've got no problems with them.
Pardon?
Yes.
Oh no, I've never had a problem with elves.
I wrap an arm around Elijah, and also the tail sort of just flitting in the background. It's holding a dagger, non-threateningly, but it's just doing what a cat's tail does. It's sort of just
at Elijah.
no, not at him. Just it's there. It's out, and rather firmly, just sort of steer him towards where the rest of the party is.
Oh, well, thank you for your guidance. You've got such an amazing way with that dagger. Have you been in a circus act? As he begins to walk forward, just really excitedly talking to you about your sort of strong performance with the tail.
Can I toss it at the nearest tree, and then as we walk past, sort of like pluck it back out again with the tail?
Make an attack.
An attack. Oh,
Are you proficient with tail?
If you can hit it.
Don't roll on that one.
I should have put a dagger in my list of stuff.
just roll a.
Can't wait
roll a
to see you
D20.
crit fail and your tail falls off.
It's in my character art, damn it, but not in my inventory. Look, I'll roll for.
I'll give
rage.
you a dagger. I'll give you a dagger. There you go.
Thank
You have one
you.
of my daggers.
Okay.
It's a rough year.
That's close enough. With the 12, it's not quite as solid, but you do manage to get it to flip, and it hits it, and you see that you probably have done a lot better than that in the past with your tail, but Elijah just, wow, that's incredible. I haven't seen such a spectacle in years. If you're willing to stay around a while, I'd be really excited to have you sort of do a couple of your tricks for me. I don't get much entertainment out here.
You want me to do tricks for you?
Yes, please.
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, more the pity. I'm willing to offer accommodation and
No,
food for it.
don't want to know. Don't want to know.
All right, that's all right.
I'm not
Anyway,
that kind of
where are these friends of yours?
Just over here.
Good morning, everybody. I hear you're trying to have a bit of a tour for the ruins of Galnesh. I am your guide. My name is Elijah Moresco.
Hello,
I do like a
Elijah.
quick draw and go, holy crap, who's that, Finry? Who'd you bring with you?
Elijah
Tool.
Monestro.
Moresco.
Yeah, Moresco. That's what I said. He lives here. He's offered to be our guide.
Oh, okay.
Indeed. And you must all be this party of adventurers and that I've heard so much about.
Yes, we're called the Mighty Nine.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't know why, but
sorry.
I think that was taken.
in my head. Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
workshop that one. We'll workshop it.
28.
So I hear one of you has a particular interest in these here ruins.
That would be me.
And you notice that nobody has said anything about that particular strand. Well, indeed, it's you. Of course, it's you. Nobody else has such scholarly might as as Flint himself. What can I do for you? What can I show you?
How do you know my name?
Oh, I've been waiting for you a long time, friend.
Waiting for me?
Oh, indeed. Are you not here for the Seven Circles?
Again, how do you know all this?
Oh, what is there to know? You simply are the first in a long time to come and venture to the crypt of the first circle. Surely you know that to be true.
First circle?
Wait, what?
What do
Wait,
you mean first
are
circle?
you guys not aware of what you're about to endeavor on?
No,
Definitely not.
Expo
I'm still doing my research. I
Then
know
why on
very
earth
little.
did you come to this dump of a place then?
Elijah. Look,
To study
know
more? To find out
exact-
more?
I know exactly what this is about, but just to speed things up, can you enlighten our friends here?
All right. Well, there's a lot of history, a lot of this, a lot of that, but long story short, I am one of the last protectors of the Seven Circles. It is a group that existed a long, long time ago, and their legacy carries on today. Yet there are only a few of us that still remain. Flint here, though, he is a descendant of one of our own.
I am.
Well, your mother, surely she would have told you about the order.
She didn't tell me anything. She only left me this book after her death.
She was the guardian
She unfortunately
the
passed
guardian
away.
of the guardian of the Fifth Circle. Surely you would have been trained to take on its legacy.
I'm still very much learning. There's so much information in this book, and I'm only
Oh,
not even a quarter way through. It took me
Oh,
years
dear.
to decipher what the language was.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh no! You're telling me that right now the Fifth Circle stands undefended and unguarded.
Like what?
The Fifth Circle? So my mother was the defender of the Fifth Circle?
I need a moment. You've effectively said that some of the greatest powers in the world are open for the taking. And
What are the circles? What's going on?
I don't know.
just give me a second. Whips open a bottle of fermented goat's milk. Sorry, I just had to settle my nerves there.
Just while he's taking a
this is
breath,
more of a delicacy.
Yes, I feel like I need a drink as well.
Some fermented goat's milk for you. I've got a couple of kegs.
No, I'm okay. I've got my own flask.
All right. Well, come on. Let's all sit down. I think it's time that you all heard this tale.
I definitely need to hear this.
And he sits you all around in a little circle of chairs made of stone rubble. And he says, well, as the story would have it, a long time ago, there were 8 adventurers, much like yourselves. And in this time, they say that magic was as free-flowing as water. And that tale has been told to us prior to all of this that we now know to be a world of magic. Many believe that what we protected was nothing more than a fairy tale, but once the crystal occurrence happened, I realized that it's more than that, and truly we stand on the legacy of adventurers that stand the test of time. I myself am the guardian of the first circle, the first of the 7 that now stand between any that would seek the power of the first 8 and to use for their
Wait,
own.
what?
Power of the first aid.
Power of first aid? What?
This entire group is only around because there once was adventurers that were so noble and so good that as the story has it, the world took every ounce of power they could find and pushed them into weapons that could be wielded by these people to continue to protect the world, and so the 7 circles were enacted to keep that legacy alive, and at the time the circles were more than just gatekeepers, but rather they were the groups that fought alongside each of the 8. But as you might know, the 8 is different to the 7, and that is unfortunately there is always a hint of sadness in the story, as what once were 8 strong became 7 as one sought to have all the power for themselves. We do not speak much of them, but it is still part of their legacy, and it is why we chose to call ourselves the Circle of the 7 instead. But yes, you're here today because I believe you're the first in a long time to take on the trial of the first circle. It is fate that the descendant of the 5th would be amongst them, especially in a time when it seems that all of the legacy we've been protecting has come around again and is being taken advantage of.
What happens if the circle has been broken
Oh,
and left undefended? Is that
well,
a bad thing?
if anything that I've said to you tonight is to be true, is that the weapons are fabled to be incredibly powerful, more powerful than any of the magic that we've seen so far since the crystal occurrence. And if that power was to fall into the wrong hands, imagine what one of the Galnedians would do if they could put one of those weapons in front of their generals. They could sweep across the nation and take control of all of the land. They would again have an empire that stretches across the entire Trankarsia. This is just one possibility, and most of them end in tragedy. It is what we've protected for so long, but if the protection on the circles has already fallen, I believe our best chance is to set up the 7 again to try and maintain the balance of this world that is beset upon by magic on all sides.
It sounds like the correct path to follow.
Well, if it's going to take me, or if I'm going to come with you, like it's going to take me all over Trankarsia, which I'm actually okay with. If you need a hand, I have my own things.
By the sounds of it, I'll need all the hand I can get.
You've got my 3.
I need seven of them to be exact.
7 hands?
The 7 circles,
Elijah.
One for each of the circles. Yes, that's my name.
Elijah, 2 things. Very quickly, as Harm just flicks to a little book he's got to the letter E and just scrolls down a few names till he finds one that's not crossed out. He just goes, do you happen to be known by Eli Tasker at all? Is that a name you've ever gone by? Just curious. Eli Tasker?
No.
Oh, very fortunate. Secondly, these weapons you talk of, are the circles the weapons, or the circles contain a weapon? Just before we go running off into the desert to chase down 7 circles and some weapons, I just need to be very clear.
Well, it's been a long time since anybody's actually gotten to it, and I admit that our history is a bit shrouded and lost through the generations. But as the legend would have it, is that anyone that would seek to enter the trial would have to go through all 7 of the trials of the circle to be able to unlock the full power of the weapons. Whether you find a weapon in each or not, I cannot say, for in my time nobody has ever ventured far enough into the trial to find out.
What is this trial?
Well, I'm very glad that you've asked. Well, I've been instructed by my forefathers and those before me to issue the trial of the first circle, and it's good for me to know that you've already passed part of it. The first one was convincing me that you are steadfast and willing to try. I have that as my remit to allow you to attempt the challenge. Now, each of the circles were based off of the person that they were named after. The first circle was after a dwarven man who wielded a twin set of weapons, one in each hand, a glowing hammer and a short sword that he would wield together to release devastating lightning upon the world. And today's test will examine your capability to match all of that criteria. Do you have the dwarven fortitude? Can you break the unbreakable with your might? Can you endure the challenges that lie before you? That is all for you to find out as you venture into the first circle.
Okay, well, first off, I'm very small.
Yeah, that is
We got
indeed
this.
true.
But you say hammer and a short sword and also lightning. That seems a bit much.
They were categorically all a bit much.
A little bit extra. Okay, I'm just gonna make note that down. Extra.
Wait until you hear about the one that has a giant greatsword with sort of a whole bunch of skulls on it.
What?
That sounds pretty dope, actually.
I mean, they're all a
Sounds
bit
like
dope,
it's
but they're all a bit
complicated.
extra. Like, I'm just saying that none of them really went for the timid approach to their weapon creation.
None of them went, here's my majestic knitting needles.
No, unfortunately not. One of them even decided that a trident was a good idea. Like who decides that the trident is the practical approach to a weapon? But who was gonna tell the great warriors what was what?
What special power did the trident give him? Being able to talk to fish? Like,
No, surprisingly not. Like, it actually glowed with fire. Like, you'd think that the trident would be watery and stuff, but he decided to make it like flame on. And I just don't quite understand his thinking. But again, who are we to judge? That's more for the Circle of the Seventh to have that whole preamble.
So it sounds like these people had no taste whatsoever. But I don't know, Flynn. If this is something that you want to pursue, I suppose I'll help you where I can. You seem like a decent person.
Very much so. I'd like to find out more, especially about my mother.
On this journey, you'll definitely find out a lot about your mother, I think.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully.
So this seems to have turned into quite the mission of protection here, Flint. Making me a little bit nervous, all this talk of glowing hammers and lightning short swords and things.
It does seem a lot, but surely some of it can't be real. Reading most of the books I've read.
Surely
I
it
hope
can't. Yes, that's the one.
I hope your research is going to pay off for us.
Are you willing to
hope so
follow
too.
me? I've got something to show you all.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, yeah.
And he slowly leads you through the terrain. Not quite this one, I don't think. Sorry. Which one is it?
I slink back to Malchus. Malchus, you've been very quiet.
Yeah. So, Robin, has
Yeah.
my sword been speaking to me at all during this?
It has. You feel as you start chatting, it says, "Yes, go forward, get the weapons.
Yeah.
With
I think-
more weapons, you'll be able to fight far better. And wielding me in one hand and them in the other, you'll be able to easily conquer any foes that lie before you."
Do it.
Yes. I think I've been slightly nodding my head along and maybe whispering to myself along during the talk.
Anything you want to share with the class there, Malchus?
Oh, yeah. This is exciting. This is great. I'm looking forward to this. This is exactly what I was interested in.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it was. It just happens to align with my interests well, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes, you guys all find yourselves in front of a large graveyard with large stone walls all around the outside as you are going in through this place. I will just get you guys to chill on adding your characters just yet. As you guys are approaching, he leads you to just a field of gravestones. It's on top of a mountainside, and you eventually see all of these deaths that have occurred here. As you guys are passing through, and he leads you towards a large statue towards the other end of the yard, you notice that all of these stones remark a time about over 100 years ago, which matches up with the timeline of the destruction of Galnesh. This seems to be the remembrance of all of the death that occurred during some of the raids and invasions into Nandar. But not letting you dwell too much on it, your guide quickly rushes you up to the giant statue and placing a hand on this giant foot of a dwarf that stands wielding a hammer and a sword in a battle pose, almost asking to be struck by lightning into the sky. You see at the base of this statue an opening comes open as he says, "If you're willing, this is your first and last chance to enter."
Do you have any healing potions per chance?
Unfortunately, not the only potion I've got. Definitely not going to do any healing.
It's okay, Finry. I can help with that.
Oh, okay, cool. And what are we expecting down there?
You're expecting to see some of the challenges that would see whether you're worthy to wield the weapons of the first circle.
Cryptic.
I'm honestly just reading from a script. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You have scripts? I have to improv all this stuff.
I mean, yes. I've been literally reading this so often that at this point it's just second nature. I've been told to say this in case somebody ever showed up, but it's kind of nice to have it pay off.
Is that the only book that you have?
Yeah, it was almost like more like a pamphlet than a book. It was more like, in case of this, do this, but the rest of it's sort of been a bit subjective. I think at a time most of this was passed down verbally, but since that's obviously not possible anymore with magic and all having been out of the world for so long, I think things are gonna take a little bit of time to catch up.
Well, if I find any books down there, I'll definitely bring you something to read.
I'd be more than happy for it. That'll be great.
All right. Well, Flint, lead the way.
Alrighty then. Well, I'll probably pull out my pistol at this point because I won't expect anything too much.
Awesome. So
always be on the guard. You never know.
You guys are going through, and you guys approach the entrance into the space. And I'm going to quickly drag all of you guys into this area. Hopefully, you'll all be able to see the different bits and pieces. We've got a Finry, we have a Ham and Rab, and we have a Hector Hargraves, and we have a Raffaele. We've already got everybody. Anybody not be able to see yet? We don't have an Asteria. Good. There you can see, hopefully.
Forget me.
Easily. What else we got? Malchus.
We're not friends.
Yep.
There we go. So you should be in there as well now. Everybody have some vision. How many do we have? We have 7. We're missing 1. Who are we missing?
Rod.
Dave.
Right. Raya, Corn. Do we got Dave? I think Raya. No, Raya.
I'm in there.
Who's not? Need a checklist.
Why am I at the
Someone's
front?
dead.
Roll call.
Okay. Anyway, if you guys find out who's missing,
I can see Finry.
I'm next to Finry.
Okay. Should I be able to see more?
Is it just an issue of people on top of each other?
Yeah, it might be.
Probably. So you guys
I think
should
we
be
just
able
got
to
one.
see.
If anyone-
Yeah, I wasn't talking about
There
on
we
top
are.
of someone.
Why don't we just have 7 die?
Everyone
Okay.
start dragging your tokens around.
So you guys approach this cave, and it's a very narrow entrance. As you guys are all
Extremely
trying
narrow.
to make your way through the space, you slowly get to a fork that leads you to the left and leads you to the right. Which pathway will you be going through tonight?
Split the party.
Split?
Haha. Any notes
Chat's
on this
choice.
at all?
Chat's choice.
Any clues?
Chat's choice.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, chat's choice.
Hey, the world's made up of good or evil. Flip a coin.
Yeah,
The
Oh,
chance
yes.
I'll flip a coin.
First one in the chat to say left or right.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. Not you.
Definitely voting left.
Go left. Always
Split
go
the
left.
party.
Left says
Left.
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 Like,
We got
Party,
two
chat saying
left.
Go
So we go
left.
left.
all right,
So as you
who's in
guys,
front? Who's in front?
Fuck to the left.
Flint,
Flint
please.
is
go.
up front.
It'd be me probably. We can't see the rest
feel
of the
free
map.
to move your character token to the spot where you would be.
Yeah, I'll be close to Flint, probably just behind him, but I can't see anything, so I'm going to light a torch.
As you light the torch, the room in front of you begins to illuminate. For all of those who do not have dark vision, you can now see clearly in front of you.
I still can't see anything.
Yeah, that's,
No.
it's
For those
good.
with dark vision, should we be able to see more than what we're seeing right now?
You guys
I'm
should be
just
able to
seeing
see
it.
something.
I get a very slim. I get tunnel vision, basically.
Oh, I know what happened. There's no light in this cabin, which is obviously intentional, but it also means that it's hard to visualize anything.
Oh, I can't move that way. There's a wall there.
There is a
Oh,
wall.
yeah, I moved with the token. I mean, with the wall. Oh, I see light.
I brute force the map.
I'm like
So
guessing where the map is.
Can you guys
There we
now? Do you now see?
I can, from where I am, I can now see the split left and right.
Yeah, I
And
can
it's like
see it,
a
I can
real
see it.
adventure.
There we
So
go.
now I've made it daytime, so the light's more aggressive from outside. But for the sake of making sure that you guys can all see, I will add some light sources into the cabin. So we'll light it up.
Now, as we go, I'm also wanting to make sure that there's nothing that could harm myself or others, or anything or anyone that could harm us potentially.
Cool. I will ensure that you are looking out for that. Can you roll me a perception check just to
I'm
make sure
definitely
we
not
have a
checking for
base?
traps.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Hey guys,
That's a nat
there's a-
one.
there's a
Stop there.
door up ahead.
That's a
Wait,
that's a
I
nat
s-
one.
I actually
Nat
see
one a
three.
Rooney.
It splits into.
Oh.
Nat
Wow.
one Rooney. I don't know why it rolled twice. Oh no.
another
So yeah, you don't notice anything dangerous. But as you guys all are pushing forward, you notice that the room, the pathway again splits into three possible ways. You see a door to your left, a door to your right, and a door directly ahead of you as you approach this space.
3 doors.
Which way, Flint?
I'll
Good question. Maybe one of us should try
Wait.
each door first.
I have a
What does your
touch the doors.
Grail diary say?
Go west. It's life is people there.
Okay.
Don't touch the doors. Hang on. Everyone stay here in the middle, away from the doors. I'm gonna test something out. And I'm
That's fine by me, Finry.
Take my mage hand and I'm gonna test. I'm gonna start with the door in front. I'm gonna test it to see if it's locked.
As you click your hand onto the door handle,
My
And
mage
you
hand.
hear-
Mage hand.
yeah, your mage hand very specifically, you hear the locking mechanism click as the door latch unlocks with a simple pull of the door handle, but you're quickly distracted by that as you are in a room with the entire party as they all now have seemingly been moved into this new space.
Oh,
What?
Did
As
we just
you
get
all-
yeeted into a room?
we
Yeah.
what?
Now,
We just
We
got
just got
yeeted
asked.
into. Oh, what? What?
What?
How did
You-
what?
all
I haven't
got
been
yeeted into. You all have been
Oh.
yeeted into this.
TPK.
in this room, you notice the same door that was in front of you just before that you tried to open, now locked behind you, and in front of you a stone wall.
I would. Okay.
See, we should have gone west.
I believe there's a small
I did
dwarvish
say
man sitting at the front of the
why,
cave
but
going,
nobody listened.
There's a door. There's a door. There's a door. Okay. I'll take my thieves' tools and I will try to unlock the door.
Hey Robin, while he's doing that, can I see if there's like a padlock or anything? Or no?
On what?
On the door? Is it just the lock?
There's like a normal sort of door lock with a key, just to make it look like a normal house lock. What did get for that thieves' tools check there, Finnery?
1 moment. Just.
Can I try something after Finnery if it doesn't work?
Potentially, if you're still alive.
That's a 21.
Perfect.
A 21. Awesome. So as you begin to use your thieves' tools, you eventually get to the point where it's like you're getting the locking mechanism just right. You're feeling the pins all click into place, and finally you click it forward, and boom, you're back facing the wall.
Oh.
What?
Fuck.
Can I investigate the wall and see if it might be an illusion or anything like that?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start investigating.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage to simulate that there's sort of a few people now checking out the wall. You got yourself a 21 there, Harm, which is enough for you to notice that this wall seems to have been constructed quite some time ago. The mortar that's holding the stone piece together seems to have aged slightly. But besides that, this is a stone wall.
Lovely.
Just looks like a very old wall. Doesn't seem very magical. I'm going to consult with Anubis. You guys keep looking.
I'm going to check the other walls.
Did I hear him say Anubis?
I don't know gods. I thought maybe that was his name for his willy. I don't know.
I'll turn to the party and say, I can mold earth, and that includes stone as well. If there's any area you think we should try to excavate, tell me. We might be able to get through.
Why don't we, where the door is, why don't we just mold earth around the door so we can, get out of this room that seems to like to... Yeah.
All right, we'll try that. I will try and mold
as you mold the earth, you remove some of the stonework that's there, and you can see into the part of the passageway that lies back to where you came, with the door still intact. As you go to reach your hand through to see what is on the other side and to see the space, the door seems to actually be more than just a physical barrier, as it prevents your hand from passing through even that empty space.
DM, I want to have a look around for any... I just want to search the room for anything which is just not right. Shouldn't be there. Switch, loose stone. What's on the walls and the other 3 walls?
The other 3 walls are really well made. You notice that they are of better construction than the wall in the center, as if they were maintained much better. But they match the same walls that you saw leading to the other rooms, sort of part of the main architecture of this dungeon. And besides that, the only real thing that's different is the door and the wall. The roof is sort of a solid stone, and the floor is also really solid, well-maintained stone. Hensa.
While this is all happening, would I have time to start creating a ritual? I can't. Sorry.
I imagine you're slowly getting 10 minutes of time in here.
Perfect. Can I do detect magic, please?
Sure.
Gonna light up like a Christmas tree.
As you get there, you notice magic everywhere. This entire place exudes magic. You see magic on the door, which seems to be some sort of abjuration magic, which is shielding.
Abjuration.
Yeah.
Okay.
You notice magic on the walls as it's being created out of magic even. And you notice in the air around you, it just seems to be swarming with just latent magical energy.
Did you say abjugation or something?
Abjuration.
Okay. Hi guys. So if you don't mind, I have something that might help. I'm not sure. So I can sense there's a lot of magic. If you couldn't, it's everywhere. There's also it's a special type of magic. It's called abjugation. Abjugation.
Do you
Will
mean?
that help anyone?
I don't know what abjugation is, but maybe I'm going to begin. There's something. There's going to be a trick to it. They wouldn't just chuck us into a room and just leave us here to rot and die. Possibly, I hope.
It's rather poor form.
The first and last circle.
Yeah.
At that point, we notice 5 skeletons on the floor.
7 skeletons.
Yeah.
We end up with TPK death by door.
What?
Starved to
Roll
death.
new characters, guys.
I mean,
Oh,
it might not
God
be.
damn.
There might not be skeletons on the floor, but it smells like someone was drinking fermented goat's milk earlier. Just wow, this place is
It's
I-
getting
closed
We
room.
definitely need to get out.
Okay,
Sorry,
Yep.
I open the door, and as
Yeah.
I step through it, I say the penitent man will pass.
The door
Thank
does
you,
not
yes.
open, and the second you go to open it, just pop back where you were.
Awesome. No, well, that didn't work.
What I do is I click on the door in Foundry and it opens.
That is a cheat. You will now no longer be able to open said door.
Stop wall clipping.
I can't open
It's
it.
just.
There's gotta
Is
be
there something to do
Okay.
with where we stand? Are there any? There's 8 of
Well,
us
what was that
in a
in the
small room.
west?
As you guys all
We
begin
can work
to
this
just
out.
chat and wonder, you notice, like, you hear the sound of like a little rock just fall as more of the mortar holding the middle wall, like the one in front of you, falls to the ground.
Oh no.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Hey, wait, is it just falling or is it? I'm gonna run at the wall and I'm gonna smash through it. Yeah.
Oh god.
Make a strength check.
Run, little one, run.
Fuck. Yes.
Pump those tiny little.
That's a 19.
Oh,
That's a 19.
Oh.
Termination.
And you
Flat 19,
rush
love
with
it.
all of the might in your small body directly at this this wall, channeling every sort of core dwarven instinct as you barrel at this thing. You make the perfect little halfling wall, or hole into this wall as you go straight through it. And a word comes into your mind, or like the voice of your guide, as he says, "Truly, you've uncovered the first of many lessons. The strength of the first circle is in knowing that sometimes the only true answer is using all your might to break down the walls in front of you, and not using your brain."
Yeah, but my brain solved your wall puzzle, mister. I say,
Is that little?
rubbing my head.
Finger, are you talking to yourself out there?
Yes.
Did that little man just run through the wall? Are we freaking kidding me? That is the way to do this. That stupid little miscreant went through the wall, and now we have to do the goddamn same.
Yeah, well,
Finger,
I
use
guess
the
we just follow suit.
Whoa!
I got
Well,
charged.
Isn't there a hole in the wall we can walk through?
It's a little halfling size.
There's a little hole.
Can I try
I'm
and
not
crawl
that
through
sure.
the
I'm not above
halfling size
judging.
wall?
As you do, other rocks begin to fall away to make the space for your bodies.
That was easy. Thanks for that, Finry.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
thanks, Finley.
that's okay. I'm actually
Easy. We
surprised.
spent
I
forever.
literally expected just to go splat.
I must say, so did
Well,
I.
Anytime
Yes,
you feel
so
like
did
running
we,
into
good
a
sir.
wall, please just let us know beforehand so we can give you a bit of a push.
I'm
Hey,
more
look,
of an impulse-driven person, though. So
I've found another door.
another
Alright,
door.
team, let's continue on.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
so,
Try
Right,
run
just
through that.
unlock the door. I didn't.
Yeah, this one opens to your touch and leads to another passageway beyond.
Well, I'll
Onward.
definitely go down.
Did you want me to check with my mage hand before we open any other doors?
Yes, why not?
What would you be
Okay.
checking for?
how well did that work last time as well?
Well, last time, it saved us like 10 feet of movement, so
Touche.
gotta think smart. Not hard.
Can't argue with them rules lawyering.
All right, I'm going to reach out with my mage hand, flick Flint on the side of the earlobe, and then open the door.
What was that?
As you again open the door, swoosh, you all find
See?
yourselves gently transported into the room beyond.
See, that was at least 20 feet that time. That's an arrow.
Can we not break through the walls, please, team?
Okay.
Is everybody in the house? Is everybody
No.
still have
everyone.
one
The
person?
triangle?
There we go.
Yes. Okay. So the room in front of you is only met by three sides, as if the structure has come to a point here in this room. You don't notice any walls or any defining objects around, but what you do see at the front tip of this room is almost a wedge, like an open area where you could fit maybe 2 to 3 centimeters of a large flat surface inside.
Interesting.
Is there anything in there?
Can I try and investigate that a little bit further?
Go ahead and roll that investigation check.
I feel
gonna
like
get my-
this is the archaeologist gig.
It's normal. That
Beautiful.
is a
So,
14.
with the 14, you notice that there seems to be some scratch marks, as if something sharp had been pushed into this space a few times in the past.
I'd pray tell the party that. I'll pass it on to the party and say, it looks like something sharp is being put into here.
Well, what's it?
Stand out of the way, good sir. And I'm going to slam my arm blade straight into where it was.
I would jump out of that way very quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very quickly.
You, after slamming your blade into its spot, hear the voice again of your guide in your mind. Well done. You have understood that truly to succeed, sometimes you must even sacrifice the weapons that you most enjoy.
What?
And your blade dissolves into the stone as you hear a click behind you as the door opens, and you find your way back out into the rest of the space you just came from.
And I thought the lesson was going to be sometimes you just need to stab a motherfucker.
I guess lucky we didn't stick our hands in there.
The new lesson now is someone's going to stab a motherfucker.
I hold on to my sword
Hand or
very
some other
tightly.
thing.
I don't have a sword, so.
Yeah, I was gonna use a dagger, but okay.
We all got through the end. It's fine.
So are we back where we started now?
You guys have full reign of heading back the way you came. Yes.
Oh, okay. So west.
So there's nothing in the room?
No.
I think we should go right from the beginning. What do you all think?
Well, west is best.
North, south, east,
Yes, west is best, yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have here 2 more rooms that are with closed doors behind them.
I have a feeling west will be more, what's the word, peaceful?
Yeah, I could
It's
agree
very
with that.
wise.
It's probably going to
Very
be quite
wise.
peaceful.
Yeah, hopefully it's all quiet on the western front.
Okay. Well, I'll wander up and I'll open
Just
the door.
mage hand. I'm sure it'll just teleport us there.
No, I'm not mage handing it this time.
Teleported you guys all in again. You
No,
guys.
I just wander up to it and I'm just like, yeah.
There's
well,
only
this
going to
is
be enough
seems a little
space
bit
for a few
small.
of you, so
I'm
there's
small.
gonna
I
be a
can be in
couple-
there.
This cup.
Mm.
I think this is a little bit
You
more squishy.
guys-
Excuse me.
Oh,
You guys find in the center of this room a basin with a chalice sitting beside it, and this basin is filled with a green liquid, and that is all that you see in the space.
can
careful.
can I do like a little check to see if I can, because I've got detect magic. Can I do a perception check as well, please? Just to see if I can sense anything.
What you're sensing in front of you is a little bit magical. You do definitely sense that there's some kind of enchantment on this thing that would regenerate the liquid. That's sort of what you're sensing from it. And what you perceive is a basin with a cup.
Hector, what do you think?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Can I have a look at that? I'm just trying to look at what I have advantage on here.
You should have some sort of an alchemist kit, or
Everyone
have
Everyone
all
be
those
careful
things.
though.
Zim, I mean,
I
how?
want to.
What
I
do
want
you
to-
I'm feeling spirits telling me about the cup of Zim.
Yeah, I want to grab a vial, one of my vials,
Mm.
and just scoop out a
Yeah.
little bit, swish it around, have a look, see what's going on.
sure. As you do so, go ahead and roll, and with your proficiency in your alchemist tools. I believe it's your in plus your proficiency if you don't have it there.
Yes, and it is double proficiency on this thing. So I'm not trying to figure
That's
out-
pretty nice.
Ooh, nice. Solid.
I don't know how to actually roll it. What is it?
Go
So it'll be your int plus your proficiency.
Twice proficiency, isn't it?
Twice proficiency, yeah, but you'll just have to add that
Oh,
because I think it's just a plus.
Plus int is... Oh my god, I'm struggling. We'll get there, Plus 3 plus proficiencies 2. That's a 20 total.
Whoa!
Beautiful.
Oh, solid.
Ooh.
With all of your natural proficiency in alchemy, you notice that this is what seems to be a mild poison.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, do you relay that to the
Can-
party?
Yeah. Nobody touch this. This is not going to be good for you. And can I just pocket
No,
the
it's alcohol.
entire vial of it?
Sure.
What happens if we take it off the pedestal?
That's a very good question. Why don't you give it a go, Finnery?
Do
See if you can
we
lightly
all want
remove
to
it.
back up out of the room before I do this? I remember seeing a play one time where the person, he took the thing off the thing and then he got chased by a giant boulder. That's actually pretty fun. So I think if we have a running start out in the hallway, we can start from there and then see how we go.
That might work. That's a pretty good idea.
I unhook the whip in my belt and I legit have one.
Alright.
What are you trying to do here? Give
I-
me a
I-
rundown of what you're trying to attempt.
My plan is to get everyone out of the room and then
Okay.
from the doorway, I'm going to use my mage hand to lift up the cup.
I think
right.
we have a
It's a
small
basin.
problem though.
We can't get out of the room.
I don't think we can leave the room.
Door locks.
Finnery, might you throw the cup or what basin, whatever it is, at the door? It might
So
corrode it.
there is a giant stone basin filled with liquid, and then a cup propped up on the
Oh.
basin.
Oh,
Oh, right.
Hey,
right, okay.
Hey,
Sorry.
Sorry.
Raya, stick your face in it.
come here, pussy. Then I'll dunk you. We'll see how well we last.
All right, I'm going to get the cup, fill it up, and then pour it over the door.
As you do so, you take a large scoop and you pour it onto the door. And as you turn back to the basin, it has regrown all of the liquid that you have taken out of it.
Okay, you know what? I think I've seen this movie. I think
Movie.
no, a play. Sorry. I'm gonna do something. Does anyone here know any healing?
Yes.
Yes, I can assist.
Okay, this is
Look,
gonna sound really stupid. I think we have to drink it.
Finry, don't you do it. I've experimented with these things on myself many a time. I've developed a little bit of an immunity to this kind of thing.
Oh, I
I
wasn't
can
gonna
take it.
offer to drink it. Like I'm not.
No. Finry, don't drink it. Don't drink it.
I mean, it does make sense if we can heal, right?
Yeah. Just get ready with that healing.
Get it ready.
Don't drink
Okay.
Once
it.
it gets that
Gotta in-
healing, it's gonna make
This
some,
is
You
gonna
gotta
be
inject.
All right.
You gotta inject it.
And I just sort of hold my nose and drink it down.
As you do, you immediately start to feel that strength of yours starting to wane. Your mouth dries and you begin to realize that whatever drove you to taste this thing to begin with is not worth it. Make a I guess a wisdom save to see if you can keep going with your plan against the sort of vileness of this liquid.
That's a total of 5.
Yeah, your body is like, nah, I don't want any of this. This is bad, and you want to stop drinking it at the earliest chance.
I just put the cup down and spit the rest out, whatever I can. Stop.
Can you open the door?
Can we open the door?
Can you rush to open the door?
I stagger over and try and open the door handle. Or door.
Locked as the first time you checked it.
Is he poisoned? Can I do a medicine check to see if he's poisoned or anything?
You can see that he's definitely been affected by this liquid in a poison.
Did the
No, 'cause
liquid
I
fill
wa-
back up?
Yeah, the liquid's like back up. Like it's gonna take a couple of cups full to get this thing empty.
No, the reason why I ask is I'm not sure if I should heal him or cast lesser restoration. That's all.
He's probably taking some damage as well, but he looks really haggard from that. He's just gasping for water and trying to get away from that thing.
We'll give him
Oh
a
no,
whiskey.
Hector!
Let me try and help. Can I? I'll do it. Can I cast lesser restoration on him?
You can, and as you do so, you feel the effects of some of it disappear, except for some of your life that seems to have been sucked away from you that has not been fixed by the lesser restoration.
And
My
I
God,
shall
what?
also.
You are, but we'll deal with that after this point.
Okay.
Oh. Is there anything in the bottom? Finry turns to Hector. I'm really sorry about that, Hector. I thought that might actually work.
No, it's fine. I'll be fine. This is not uncommon. Just get us out of this room, Finry.
All right. I'm going to try. I'm gonna put my hand into the stuff and see if there's anything under the surface of the water.
You just feel the smoothness of the stone basin that all of this liquid is based in.
Yeah. All right.
You hear the voice of your guide again over over the sound of you guys trying to figure this thing out.
Can I try something?
Will any of you be wise enough and strong enough to be able to handle it all? Or will none of you be able to withstand a bit of discomfort in the side of adversity?
Right.
It's
Like the guys in the escape rooms when they can see that you're struggling, that they just chime in and be like,
Listen, I told you, I'm reading from a script here. It says I can give you up to 3 hits, and I think you guys need this one.
Yeah, you guys are 15 minutes before the bomb explodes.
What if we all drink it? That way, if we all drink it, we won't all drink a lot.
Well, there's only
and
one
we'll be
cup
okay.
though. I have a cup in my pack, I assume.
We technically all do. But does it have to be from that cup?
Could I do like? Can I cast like shape water and see if I can freeze it?
I think
It
I think we're thinking too hard about this.
Mm.
I feel like we've got the answer. One person needs to drink all of the contents until it is completely gone.
I
Who
mean,
feels up to that?
I can do it. I guess.
Yes, not Hector. Not Hector.
Okay. I can do it if always someone else wants to do it.
No, you say that you can heal people?
Who volunteers to drink the death liquid?
I volunteer
Okay.
to tribute. No.
Malchus.
Okay.
I pick Finry up and just dunk him.
Hang on.
Fuck.
Oh,
Raykin and I just kind of look at each other for a minute. We're Death's Domain. We're clerics of death. We're looking at a little death potion. This is like a Tuesday morning for us after we've had a big night out. This is like, we just look at each other. I give you the nod, you give me the nod. Which one of us is going to do it?
dude, I'll take this one. So I'm gonna put resistance
Love it.
on myself.
Nice.
Just see stuff so I can actually see what I'm doing. Where am I? Apologies. So I'll touch myself. Woohoo! D4 to any saving roll. So I'm just going to start chugging and just going for it. I'm just going to scoop up. Let's go. Here we go.
Can I
Make
also
that wisdom
cast
save
guidance
for
on
me.
him?
You can, yes.
Thank you.
So you
So
get an
another
extra
D4.
D4 to that as well. So go ahead and roll that wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Never remember where things are.
I mean, you got it.
Oh,
Plus
Uh,
4.
Plus
plus
four.
four, plus four, plus four.
Plus a D4.
Yeah, plus 2
I'm not sure it's
D4.
going to help.
It gets you across the line to the 10.
Oh.
And with that, this is never going to be fun, but you slowly begin to drink more and more of this liquid as your mouth dries further. You swear you can feel your lungs drying out. Your heart starts to struggle to keep up. The only thing that's keeping you up at this point is your resistance that you've managed to craft. You feel that any lesser being would have succumbed to this. As you slowly, with one last scrape along the bottom of this basin, pick up the last remaining liquid, and with a tremble in your hand, you toss it back, and you hear the click of the door behind you open.
It seemed to have worked.
So you are at half health now, Ray, and
Can
Raya?
anyone help him? He looks.
Would you like some help?
That would be kind of nice.
I cast Cure Wounds on him.
and
I hope this really helps.
roll for that healing, please.
Damn it!
You wanna
I've got
roll?
to add. Yeah, healing.
So you should be able to press the healing button in the chat, and
7.
there we go. So
Nice.
7 points
Well
of
played.
healing
That's good.
as
Nice
you
one.
start to feel your lungs start to rejuvenate some of their moisture, and begin to find the will to live again.
Your kindness will not be forgotten, Asteria.
Well, I guess we just have
Appreciate
to.
That's gonna burn on the way out.
Oh yeah,
It's okay. You're welcome.
It
that's
can't
gonna be
be
one hell of a
less than
grog bog.
fermented goat's milk.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, I still reckon I'm doing better than goat's milk.
All right, all right, guys. Well, we've got
Well played,
one last
Raycon.
door.
Well played.
One last door. Yes, Raya, that was pretty
All right.
boss. Fist
Come on,
bump.
good sir. Bamf us all into the next room. Let's
All
make this
right.
happen.
Yes,
Okay,
let's see what our next
let's-
test will be.
Open the door.
You use the door. Boom. You guys all teleport your way in to this next room, and this time you're not alone.
Shit.
Which is kind of fun.
What is that?
You've got some company as you see these hound-like creatures growling at you
Not next to me.
from the
Shit.
corners of the room. Does anybody have any history with animals or want to do a history check to identify and see what these creatures are?
I'll quickly do a history check to see if I can recognize these creatures.
They have 2 heads.
Ooh.
Oh,
With a
21.
17, with the 21, you notice that these things seem to be textbook hellhounds.
What?
oh dear.
Yeah.
These are hellhounds.
Okay,
Good-
open the door.
that's
Open the door.
good.
Otherwise affectionately known as death dogs.
Can we open the door and go back out?
Again,
Obvious
the
not.
door sealed behind you.
Who's ready for some war?
I hide. I
Yep.
hide behind
I
fire.
immediately pull out my pistol and shoot the first one I see.
So, inside of the Foundry engine, you should all have a little fist tab up the top near your actors and your text tab.
Yep.
Yes.
Inside there, you should see all of your characters, and you should be able to press the initiative button.
Everyone keeps rolling, so I don't get to roll.
Yeah, I know. The same thing just happened to me. Okay.
There's a lot of
Hey, my
13s coming
All
out.
the dice look so pretty.
I rolled a
All the
Friggin'
dice look
7.
so pretty.
Awesome. So with that, we roll our first combat encounter. How good is Foundry? Foundry
It
is
is.
beautiful.
It's very good. Like
it
it.
even has all the combos for me. Why is Rhea Corn at the top but crossed out?
What did you do to me? How'd you kill me
You should
already?
be good. You should be good. All right. So at the top of the order, as you see these growling death dogs, what do you do?
Alright, so having just been shit whipped by poison crap that I've just decided to chug, I'm jacked up, ready to go. I'm going to use on the guy directly across from me. I'm going to use Sapling Sting as a cantrip.
That's cool.
Beautiful. So they're going to roll their con check.
Yep.
So we're just going to do the and they get a 19.
Oh.
Oof.
So they save. So
12.
nothing happens, which sucks in a...
Is it half damage or no?
It doesn't say that, it just says
No.
target
yeah,
must
cool.
succeed
No,
a
no,
con
so-
throw.
So yeah, the dog, as the sapling jumps up at them, they snarl. This dog is not unused to the death domain and is prepared for your shenanigans. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action use launch my spiritual weapon in front of me.
Oh, beautiful. What does your spiritual weapon look like now that you don't have an actual weapon?
My spiritual weapon is gonna be the fallen arm blade. It is just gonna be this giant sword just hanging, beautifully glistening in memory. More beautiful than I could have ever imagined, just sitting there right in front of me.
Sexy. As you push this thing out in front of you, ready to attack in your next turn, I believe.
Correct. Within
Awesome.
5 feet.
Next up, we have Asteria.
Hi. So what I'll do is I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into one of my starry forms.
Hell
So I'm gonna
yeah.
turn into the archer. So
Nice.
my body kind of glistens, and I have you can see the constellation of an archer form. And I'm pretty lucky. I kind of get extra guiding bolts to use. So can I use one of my spare guiding bolts, please?
Fire away.
Where is it? Sorry, trying to figure this out. Okay, no, this is telling me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I can consume available use. There we go. I just cast it at first level. I'll do it at this one. Sorry, I can't do the circle thing. Can you see me moving my mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also just say the top one.
Oh, yeah. Shh. Okay, yeah, so I'll cast attack. Oh wait, do I roll? Or do
Yeah,
I
so
roll?
attack is to see if it hits, so you've got to hit that. And so with a 21, you definitely hit. So go ahead and then press the damage button.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You know how I turned into my starry form? Does that mean I can use that action as well, or no?
Well, I believe your action was the guiding bolt, surely.
Yeah. Oh no, but the bonus action, or was the bonus action turning into it?
You literally said your bonus action turn, but I believe it you can
Okay.
actually use it as the bonus action, though.
That's what I was thinking.
That's typically how it works. I'll let you roll that one. We'll check later. Go ahead and
Okay,
and roll
so
that bonus action.
I get an extra 1d8 plus 4 for my archer.
Smash it.
Nice.
Top of the damage you already did.
And I just there we go. Sweet.
That's 20. How many points of damage?
28.
I
That's
just
not
turned
bad.
to the guys. I'm like,
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
I hope that's helpful. I hope that's okay. Is that what we're meant to do?
The
Thumbs up for
dog
me.
snarls as this molten blood begins to
Radiant.
pour. No, it has molten blood. Begins to flow down from its chin as it looks towards you as if you've
Oh,
just
no.
become its next meal.
Oh dear.
Next up, we have Flint Jones Wolf.
Yes. I'm going to shoot this one just here with my pistol, which I had already out. And we just attack. Just a normal roll. We have a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Roll some damage. 12 damage.
Beautiful. So that's also on the top one?
The bottom one.
Bottom one. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it strikes and it begins to snarl as well. Really frustrated. The loud bang of your gun setting both of them on edge. But they do not bleed yet from the wound.
Damn.
Anything else in your turn?
I'll probably put my pistol away and pull out my rifle for the next
Yeah.
attack.
Beautiful. All right. Hector Hargraves.
Yeah, so he is panicking right now. He's gonna flick a fireball at the top one.
A fireball.
Sorry, not a fireball, firebolt. I don't know if I get too excited there for a second.
All right.
When in doubt, TPK the party.
Save yourselves.
Go ahead and roll that attack.
That is a
Oh, yes!
natural 20.
20, the first of the party. Well done. And roll for that damage.
With
Oh,
10 points of damage.
As that's to the top one.
That's the top one, yep.
So poof, you throw this firebolt and it just blasts over the creature, like almost creating a cone, blackening the walls behind them. But you see it continues to snarl through all of that, almost as if it doesn't feel much pain from fire, as it snarls towards you.
Cool.
Anything else in your turn?
No, I was going to do something, but I haven't got the components for it, so it is fine. I
Sweet.
want to try and hide behind whoever I can, but I don't think I'm going to get through any legs, so it's fine.
Yeah, not quite yet. Rafe, what are you up to?
Which one's looking more hurt at the moment?
Definitely the top one by a
Definitely the
quite
top one.
large margin.
So I'm going to charge him and stick him with the pointy end of the sawn-off polearm scimitar.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, slap the breastplate, invoke Giant's Might as part of the Giant rune, which may give me 1d6 for an attack. I think it's damage, right? But I'll start rolling stuff.
Cool.
When I work out the quick way. No, right here.
And yeah.
Oh, I just undid a macro.
Oh, no.
The joys of loading a new software.
And the first.
Oh no.
has to happen. That does the stab. As you attempt to stab forward, the dog leaps out of the way, and the point of your rapier goes into the wall. As you blink, and your arm gets thrown backwards, as the tip of it seems to have been blunted by the strike against the wall.
We don't yet have multi-attack, do we?
I believe not. I believe it becomes like level 5.
Action surge.
Well, I mean, you might not. Oh, there we go.
Action surge straight away.
Action surge.
Waiting for it.
So yeah, I'm gonna have another attempt at stabbing it.
Awesome. Go ahead and stab.
Sorry, I need to bring up the character sheet because I unmounted the macro. Freaking wall. There we go. Yeah.
11 does not hit.
Awesome. Awesome.
The kitty cat not having the best fight.
Well, cats against dogs, you know.
That's pretty good. That's a cat.
I will back away.
Allowing the dog to have an attack of opportunity.
I will not back away.
Awesome. The dog will take an opportunity to have his friend go first. The dog at the bottom, seeing you storm up, not yet being able to get their eyes off of the gunner that was trying to poke holes in its fur, it launches itself forward, leaping towards you, and with its 2 heads, begins to strike at you with a double bite, as both of them attempt to snap you and get into your range. So the first one's going to attack with normal. So a 13 to hit.
It does not hit.
Beautiful, nice arm.
I managed
Just
to
heads
dodge
up,
that.
they're coming up as privately rolled.
That's cool. I'll make sure to keep everybody honest as the DM, you know.
GM can do private rolls. The rest of us are public.
Does a 10 hit?
It
Obviously
definitely does not.
As you definitely, you've had your run-in with some wild animals, eagles and such. This isn't your first rodeo.
Probably pretty good at dodging.
And you manage to avoid the full brunt of this thing's attacks, as you are nimbly dodging it with your gun in hand. Next up, we have the other death dog, who will not be succumbing to the same fate, hopefully, of his brethren, and will be attempting also to bite the kitty cat Rafe in front of him.
Classic rivalry.
Yeah.
Don't believe
That's a rivalry.
So how does so the first one, striking with a 9, I imagine does not hit. Right. The second one, as you dodge back the one head, the other one sneaks in a natural 20.
That's gonna sting like crazy.
Snippy Snappy, it begins to grab you, and it does 2d6 points of damage for 7 piercing damage. But you must make a Constitution saving throw to be able to. What is
a point of order, Mr. DM?
Yes.
I would like, because that cloud rune is invoked once per short rest, when you or a creature are hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker who takes the brunt of that.
Oh, yes.
So who
you got to
in this
be near
range
someone because you're like
take the brunt of
10,
that?
15 foot.
30 feet.
You can just blow that damage across the room.
I'd like to redirect it at Flint. I mean, the hound that's attacking Flint.
That would like,
Oh,
ow.
God. I was like,
So-
wow, Ma.
As
I missed.
the damage starts to, like, as the bite begins to enter your armor, the ruin activates, and suddenly you push the energy out towards the other creature, and you can see the same bite marks instead appearing on the friend over there, the other death dog, as you avoid said damage.
Very nice. It's so
and-
cool.
That was very good. Nice save. Awesome. So that leaves the end of the Death Dog's turn. We now have Finry flat top.
All right. This is what Finry's going to do. He's going to, hustle up underneath people's legs and stuff and come up to his good pal Flint, who's not having a great time. He's going to bonus action stealth.
I'm having
He can
a
do
great
that.
time.
With a nat 20.
Oh, yes.
Gone without a trace.
So with that being hidden, I now can attack with advantage with my crossbow against this thing.
Which one are you taking, the top one or the bottom one?
The one that's hurting my good pal.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
I know,
pretty
fire
close
away.
to
him to stop
crossbow.
doing
is
that.
Is there any minimum range?
Hey, Finry, it's okay. He
10
didn't
feet.
hit me. He
So-
didn't hit me.
That's so there's a 12 or
12 hits.
a. Oh, I have advantage, so I want to see if I can get another nat 20.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't
Ah.
you?
No, 15.
15 also hits.
So through the legs, I attack, and for a total damage of 8 normal damage and then 6 sneak attack, so 14 points of damage to that bad boy there.
Now
I think it was 15.
No, it's a different one. It's 2 rolls.
Yeah.
With the bite as well as the crossbow bolt sticking out of this thing now, you see it too begins to bleed, much like the death dog above it.
Nice.
Anything else in your turn?
No, I can't do much else. I now have a big, tall human in front of me who will protect me from this thing, so he's hoping for the best.
On the note of hope for the best, Dr. Harmon Rab.
I look up for a second, and Harm he just seems to be waiting, just for a moment. Doesn't seem to hear anything, so just takes a step forward and has a hack at this thing with the battle axe. Just winds this bad boy up. So the normal attack. I don't think it's quite flanked, is it?
I'll give you flank. It's pretty well surrounded with its own friend biting it on its ass.
All right. Yep, that helps.
With a 22
Sweet.
to hit, it definitely does.
So just roll some damage. So just 7 points of slashing damage there.
Beautiful. As you pull out this gorgeous axe and just bring it down, boom, onto this creature's thick hide.
I'm a little bit disappointed though that this thing is kind of just freestanding. So I'm going to use my fighting style to actually go in now and make a grappling strike on it to try and take it and grapple it.
Yeah.
So it's it's an athletics save, and I have a 1d8 extra dice that goes with that as part of the fighting style.
Nice.
Ooh, that's juicy. So it's going to roll against that with a competing strength check. It gets a 15, which
Dang.
unfortunately is bigger than 1. It's able
Double
to
one.
push out against you. You managed to get one head down, but the other one just kept coming around and snatching at you as it just nipping its way against your hold, unable to find a spot that wasn't vulnerable to its counterattacks. You ended up having to back off. Anything else in your turn?
So just the last bit of that, then I'm going to action surge. It seems to be a thing to do. And with that action surge, while I've kind of got one hand on it still, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Go.
Oh,
Nice.
I just had this feeling like last time I cast Inflict Wounds, I hurt somebody really bad.
That hits.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll
Yeah,
rip through it.
Sure.
You're 22 to hit, and then we just cast a sneaky little 12 points of damage, necrotic damage.
How do you want to do it?
Yes. Yes.
first kill.
You just as I kind of one hand kind of trying to push it down, it's yapping at me with the other hand, and I just reach out, and as I kind of come near it, you just see like a little bit of this, just a tiny bit of light just pop out of my hands into its face as the life just drains out of it.
Beautiful. Well done. As you take down the first of these enemies, falling to the ground dead. It is out of the fight, as we have next up on the order Melkus, seeing one enemy drop, the other one still threatening Rafe. What do you do?
Yeah, seeing Hector right in front of me, a little bit nervous. I'll tell Hector, it's all right. Let's swap places. I'll go in front. I'll move down here and cast Eldritch Blast on this one over here.
Nice.
Smack it.
Oh,
Just a hit.
Lucky.
And I'll stand there cool, acting like I did that on purpose.
Yeah, it's intentional. It's intentional. Your sword says, maybe you should have smacked it with me. As we get to the top of the order, Rhea, you are up again.
So I'm going to walk down in front of our good mate, then here, and say, I know that feeling. Sometimes you just can't quite finish the job. And with that, I'm going to do Inflict Wounds.
Nice. This is a very death party. I love it. Just everybody's just killing bitches.
Don't you have to be next to it though?
Yeah, you got to make a melee spell attack.
Oh yeah, so there we go. Well, for the lack of rules lawyering.
That's all.
Like
Well,
the nice
that
little
is
announcement.
Solid.
I know.
Let's
so
see
cool.
how much damage this thing does.
Was that just your
Right
dice
then,
that
that's
do that?
20.
Yeah, well,
Right
you
then,
can
that's
go into the settings and change the special effects in your dice, so it makes certain sounds
That
when
was,
it does it.
that
Pretty
was
cool.
very cool. I like that.
I'll have to get
Pretty
one.
Oh
Gunshot.
man, I'm excited. Let's see it in action.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
33 points of necrotic damage. You just see you waltz over very gently, hand out, shadows start to just sort of pour out from your hand, and it's as if they just eat this creature. When the shadows have sort of disappeared, there just is no more of this creature left, as the dust is all that's left of its death. And with that, you hear the door click open, the lock being allowed for you all to exit the space.
Well, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it, guys?
Yes, great job, everyone.
let's not do that again.
Especially
Not again.
you,
Not again. Nope.
Rhea.
Are you okay, Rafe?
Yep.
Do you need some
Just-
healing?
Oh, can you heal dignity?
I don't think I have a spell for that one. Flip,
anyone
how
else?
you doing?
Does anyone else need healing?
I definitely do not.
For the sake of time, I know we're reaching the end of the stream. I want to just get us to a certain point before we finish tonight's session. Everybody okay with another 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Right,
just
do you
just
do you need
thumbs up. I
healing?
don't have a camera.
In the back.
You guys all get healed and spend your time here getting rested. Eventually moving your way through to the rest of the place. This entire part that you've just been in, all of the stone floors in this section, on the left section, start to glow a blue. That you've now completed all the rooms in the side. As you move on to the other side of the map, you get to the point where you pass through a few other doors. These doors slowly open for you as you see a banquet of food standing at the end of one of these hallways. A chance for you to rest and have a respite in amongst this. You hear the voice come over. Now that you've figured out that strength means beating the shit out of your enemies, you also have to know the other truth of the first circle, which is you can work hard, but you should also party hard. Enjoy the beer and enjoy the food prior to heading on to the next part of your journey.
Well, I'm pretty glad I brought everyone here now. After all that.
So yes, you guys have a chance now to short rest, which is very nice and much needed after poison drinking, fighting death hounds, losing your favorite weapons, as you all begin to head up ahead. Oh, did I move everybody?
You just move us up to something else, and there's a bunch of holes in the floor.
There's a bunch of holes. Indeed.
I don't like it.
What's happening?
Whack-a-mole.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
D&D whack-a-mole.
Yes,
Stay
you managed
here.
to heal up here nicely. For the interest of time, I was going to have a whack-a-mole encounter, but we're gonna fast forward a little bit.
Oh, we
to
literally
get
just
us
got
to-
raided as well.
We can keep Hey, I'm good to
definitely
keep
thank you
going
guys
if
for the raid.
people are. I can keep going.
No,
if people
there's something else that is of great import.
Oh.
So as you guys are moving your way through this dungeon, you eventually get through to most of the traps and tricks that hide this to you. And as you pass through the final challenge, you get the floor beneath you turning green. Now the glow happens on both sides, and while you're in this next room, as you're completing this challenge, you get the sound, and it is the sound of another locking mechanism. But this locking mechanism isn't in the door behind you as everything else has been. It's actually in the room that none of you have been able to see prior to this, as it unlocks with you all completing both sides of the challenge, providing you a new chance to see that this is actually a connected space with the edge of the previous sword, the edge of the previous dungeon path and this previous dungeon path. And if you, as you guys were noticing the pathway of the map, you can now see that from your observations, the left-hand path was a crude pathway of a sword, and the right-hand path was a crude pathway of a hammer. As you have walked through the map that denotes the first circle, and heading up ahead, you see a light in the distance. And I'm just going to activate that for you as you all begin to get into this next room. I'll just quickly drag you all in here.
Oh, this looks like...
Oh, this don't look so good.
This looks fantastic. Finry, as we get into this room, goes, this looks nice. Like, put like a spa over in that corner, big flat screen over there, I think.
Flat screen.
I feel like you're getting ahead of yourself there, Finray.
So, yes, in front of you guys, you just see an absolute massive chamber. It glows at its center with a giant dais, as it has steps that lead up to a chest that sits upon it. Around the room, you also see 7 other chests with a statue next to each of those chests. Now, I'm going to quickly do a bit of detailing here, but each of these statues are actually holding a weapon. And that is very important for your information. So on your most left-hand side, so going around the room clockwise from the entrance, the first one to the left-hand side, you see this this man in a cloaked robe holding a trident blazoned with fire. The next statue, going further clockwise, is a what looks to be some sort of dragonoid creature holding a staff. But as the statue has portrayed this creature, they're sort of waving their staff in midair, and a trail of ice has formed in its motion. Moving further clockwise, you have a giant orcish man, far larger than most of the half-orcs you see now. This man wielding a giant greatsword with necrotic energy sort of flowing from it like water, as the base of this giant greatsword is portrayed with skulls that sort of make up the mechanism that holds the blade to the hilt.
Dope.
Going up
Dope.
at the 12 o'clock mark, you get a robed figure again with a large scythe that seems to be radiating out of it in the statue's presence some sort of energy that is blasting out in a radius as it wields the scythe with great determination.
Radiant?
It seems like if you had to pick an aesthetic for this guy, it would not be radiant. It would probably be more warlocky or eldritchy in nature.
Okay. Thank you.
Going up to our 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock mark clockwise, you see a what looks to be a knight, some sort of an armored individual, wielding a longer weapon with a long handle, with a sharp blade at the edge of its at sort of its tip, much the same as what Rafe is wielding, some sort of a polearm. But this one does seem to hold with it some holiness, a radiant energy, if you would. It's being portrayed by this statue. The second last statue around, a woman on top of a horse, wielding a bow that is set alight, flaming. It seems that the very string itself is made of flame as she pulls back, ready to unleash it upon her enemies. And then you have at the last here the man, the namesake of the first circle. You have a stout dwarf wielding a crackling hammer and a sword that creates a conduit between the two weapons, coursing electricity through him, keeping everything, keeping all the magic afloat.
Some really cool stuff here.
I don't see
Can I
any
make a
great stuff.
religion
I think we finally figured out who isn't actually going to be getting something. So
This is my place. Let's grab what we want now.
I think we yeah, sure, why not? You guys go ahead. I'm just gonna stand right near the door, the furthest away from everything as you go and open stuff.
Hector's just gonna
What
slowly
do you-
walk up to the middle chest.
One in the whole center,
The one in the whole center. Just very slowly.
without a statue.
I start screaming, "Don't look at the light!"
I move
Look
back towards the
away.
door.
And just have a good look
So,
around it. Very intrigued by this one.
you're approaching the center, and
Yes.
inside this space, you notice that the chest sits there, seemingly unlocked.
It is very
Oh,
tempting.
Open it. Do it. Open it.
Can I
Would your character do it?
crack the chest open and look inside? Just have a tiny little peek.
Gosh.
So what I'm gonna do, I've worked at a bit, I guess, spicing up our loot system in this new campaign. So I've got a whole bunch of loot tables that will allow us to generate rewards for you guys that doesn't necessarily have to be catered to it. So it gives you guys a bit of an incentive to go out and just to explore and open as many chests as you can. So I'm going to need you to roll 2 D100s for me.
Holy shit.
All of us or just Jeremy?
Just Jeremy.
It is a rollin'. And that is 119. What do you mean 2 separate rolls?
2 separate rolls.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
It'll tell you
Roll
the
a-
mechanics, won't it?
80
You roll a mice, some sort of mouse on a string.
and 36.
80 and 36, you say. Let's see what you've got.
Don't better spin the wheel.
So we've got you rolling on the trinkets table with that. And was the second one a 36?
36.
With that 36, you find a small figurine made of soapstone carved into the shape of a snail wearing a saddle.
Very confused. I put it.
I'll also give you another chance to roll one more 1D100.
Lucky dip.
Definitely a lucky dip.
Wait, why did you roll twice then, Robin? I'm confused.
That's
First to roll
41.
what table you roll on, and the second one to see what you get on that table. A 41, you said?
Mm-hmm.
41. All right. You also find within it a pair of boots.
Just a pair of boots.
Ornate with symbols of what looks to be the blowing wind on them.
I will quickly stash those in my satchel. And also confusedly just take the snail as well.
Cool. Awesome. As you guys the rest of you are in the room, seeing that he didn't die, what are you guys doing?
I'll head
that's
over.
my-
I'm so
I'm-
curious.
I'm throwing both hands on that necrotic sword and ripping it off.
So are you trying to rip the one off the statue, or are you opening the chest?
Opening the chest, which are under with the necrotic, because I feel like the statue would be like 15
Cool.
feet tall.
Sick. So you open up the chest, and as you do so, you notice like there's something quite small inside of the chest. It seems like it's glowing almost like a sickly yellow.
Interesting.
I suppose I should make an insight check to work out what it is.
You can try and check its intentions with an inside check.
I feel like can I do a religion check or something to make sure it? And go with insight. Just do it.
Your
It's the first one.
gods. Your insight shows you that this seems pretty deathly. Like this seems like it's the right energy for a death sword.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna slowly take it up, place my hands on it. Just
As
start
you
taking the death
push your
energy.
hands into the chest, you find this energy just pulse out towards your arm, growing all over your right hand, slowly again coalescing into a small ring on your finger on your right hand. As you flick it around, it's stuck. Removing it doesn't even seem possible. But as you clench your fist, a giant necrotic sword spawns outwards as it's ready to strike. And again, dropping it again coalesces into that energy onto your ring.
Badass. All right,
That's
I'll work out the stats after with you, but you can move on now.
Loses a weapon,
I'll,
gains another.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally the last one left, I'm going to move to the first thing, which is the trident with the fire, the thing that I made the most fun of.
As you open again, this fire flows through your hand, and as it recoalesces and you sort of slam your fist down with a clenched fist, this trident sort of spear elongating from each side out of your ring and blazes in fire as you stand mighty with the elements waging a war around you.
Cool. I don't actually think I'm proficient with this, but this is an interesting aesthetic.
All these terms you're using, Finry.
Well, no, I
alright,
actually don't know how to use this thing.
Malchus, you are next up, sort of clockwise. As you go in to grab the weapon, you hear a voice. There is only enough power for each of you to have one of these weapons. Do not be greedy.
Who said that?
That was the guide that has been speaking throughout the time.
Does my
It is-
queen say anything in response to that, or
He's like,
no response to
like, damn
I'll
it.
pause for a bit.
We should have been able to capture both of them, but it seems that they have thought of that. No matter, we shall get their power in time. Carry on. Let them have it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stand back and say, does anyone want access to this chest over here?
I'm gonna hurry over. Okay.
You're like, all right, I'll grab it. Yeah. So you grab you've got up to the ice. We've got the first one. Trident, the ice staff.
Yes.
So the staff of ice just coalesces, and as you swing it, just the wall along behind you just covered in ice as you clench and unclench your fist. Moving right along, we've had the death greatsword up at the 12 o'clock mark. You have this eldritch scythe, I believe, yeah. And so you pick it up, and as you put your hand in, this blackish purplish energy comes out, and as you slash the scythe across the room, this pulse of black light just coalesces across it.
Savage.
Wraith, picking up the glaive that you are most comfortable with, your arm begins to glow in this white-hot radiant energy. As pulsing out of it, you then coalesce back into that ring, a gold that shines brighter than any of the others. But as you whip out your arm, holding out the ring, that pole arm again fills out beautifully, and you notice that its size corresponds to that of the weapon that you're used to, seemingly fitting to the call of your hand. And you, Asteria, standing next to this woman, your archer form still glowing on your body, your hand reaches in, the flames coalesce over you, your arms reach out, pulling on this flaming bowstring, fiery blast into the roof. You realize that the only thing more powerful than being able to throw moonbeams at people is to be able to do moonbeams and fire beams.
So I'll talk to you after.
And then Harm, you pick up these mighty weapons. You actually the only one that ends up receiving a ring on both hands, as they and zap and this electricity trickles across your skin. As you guys see these two weapons come apart, and as the weapons start to coalesce in this room, you guys feel this electricity, this thunder, this rolling, as the entire floor begins to light up with this intense light and vibration as lightning starts to strike at it from the outside. You guys are completely covered in this blue light as you find yourselves, the light disappearing, outside of this cave system. Your guide, nowhere to be seen. And with that, we will end the first session of Call of the Seven Rings.
I'm back.
Bring on campaign
Program.
2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was epic. I already want it to be next Thursday. Is it Thursday yet?
It is.
It is.
I actually took 2 pages of notes for this session. First time ever.
I 100% forgot to take any notes.
So, a big thank you for all of you for joining in.
Yes,
I hope
indeed.
we set the scene for what I imagine, at least I hope is going to be a cool second campaign. Please follow us if you want to join us in this journey. We stream every Thursday, and I promise you this journey's only going to get wilder from here. If you want to support us, subscribe, or alternatively, we do have a Buy Me a Coffee link where you can be a part of our mailing list and help us to create more content for everybody. And lastly, just again, a huge shout out to Foundry and all of the artists that have made these amazing art for everybody to make sure that this campaign hits off with a sprint. So huge thanks to everyone.
Back, dude.
And recaps possibly back soon. What?
Yes. Back at full content production levels, and even maybe some world building, and being able to see some behind the scenes of what might be coming if you tune in and see us developing some monsters and fleshing out some locations and building out some NPCs. If you want to be an NPC in our games, feel free to go to the Buy Us a Coffee, and we can include you into the games.
Yeah, and if you're part of the
Indeed.
dreaded GM crew, thank you for hanging around. Thank you for the huge raid.
See you next week.
Always appreciated.
Thanks all. We're gonna sign off now. Very
Bye,
late
guys.
in the area.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you next
See
week.
you later.